Good morning, everybody. Hi, Jody. Hey, John. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you, man. How's your mom? Oh, man. Trying to get going here. It's Friday. It's been nice for 2 days, I think. 2 or 3 days. It's been like 40, and yesterday it was like or 40 or 50. Yesterday it was really warm. But it's warm right now. It's like 50, but it says, I don't know, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, 30 degrees or some crazy stuff. That means the wind's probably blowing pretty good out there somewhere. All right, dog. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, dog, you have any trouble with adjusting from since you're not working now and you was working thirds or whatever? Any trouble adjusting your sleep pattern and stuff, getting it back normal? You know what I mean? Hey, good morning, Tally. Working from home. Heck yeah. That's go. Yeah, late night. Me too. You got them right now. Yeah, they're coming this way. But I couldn't believe I looked at the forecast on my phone and I thought, because usually it goes up and it goes weird and it goes, oh, like, what in the heck? And I scrolled across the calendar. I was like, man, it's gonna drop. Are you kidding me? Or I wondered about that. I wonder how long it'll take till you get that back. You know what I mean? Because working, thirds for so long, and all of a sudden you don't have to do it no more. Yeah, I wondered about that. I never worked on. I mean, I had a couple piddly jobs that I worked thirds that when I was younger. You know, them kind of jobs that you didn't care if you did end up not working there the next day or whatever, and I never got used to working thirds. I mean, I would always get super tired about 2 or 3 in the morning. But if you work them long enough, then all of a sudden you're back to 86 a day. That's too hot. They'd drop at about 16 degrees and it'd be perfect. But I forgot. I forgot. Never mind. My brain's. Oh, I need help with my brain so bad. Me and my son was fussing on Facebook and I had to block him for a while. He's probably really, really mad at me, but I'm sorry, man. Too much arguing. I don't want to hear it no more. It's raining. Oh, is it really? too much. You need to build your carport. That's what you need. It's attached to the side of your trailer where you can walk out and stay dry and get in the vehicle. I need to start eating breakfast. That would really help me a lot. But I usually have a couple oranges nowadays, or the tangerine things, whatever you call them, out of the freezer, which I'll probably have a couple of them here directly. Oh, trying to think. I was up late last night too. I'm thinking till probably at least 1. But I don't know what's going to happen today. No rain, too hard to be able to. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yep. We had some good thunderstorms last night. In fact, I wasn't aware they were coming until Uncle Lou sent me either a message or a text, one of the two, and asked me if I was okay or whatever. And I was like, and I looked, turned on Ryan Hall, and man, I was like, oh crap, it's coming this way hard too. It was thundering. It was one of them kind of thunders that kind of shakes the house. What am I hearing? I think the cat's in the closet right on the other side of that wall doing something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Good stuff right there. Widow Rattler. What are you doing? rattling something. Come on, quit that. What were you rattling in there, huh? I heard you. You knucklehead. The dogs are laying down sleeping, which is what you need to do now. Window rattlers, yep. It's raining men. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. I gotta turn my camera on. There we go. Yep, I forgot. Let's check out what Galatians 6, 7, and 8 got to say today. Now he's in there scratching. I'll tell you, I'm gonna kill the cat and have him stuffed. I can just set him in different places in the room on different days. Oh goodness, let's see what we're doing here today. Let's check out these little weights I got. And they're for, I don't know if you read or not, but sometimes you can't use your hands, right? You're doing something, you need the book, and they'll always fold over or whatever. Well, it's like a book weight thing that holds the pages open. And, it's heavy. It's pretty cool, I thought. I'm just goofy. It don't take much to make me happy. Let's see. Do not be the deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a person sows, this he will also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will reap destruction from the flesh, but the one who sows to the Spirit will reap eternal life of the Spirit. All right, I can understand that a little bit. There's probably more context to that. I probably should have checked out, you know what I mean, beforehand. Whereas part of it before that, and I don't understand it, and I'm sure someone will explain it to me. But it's the right before that, it says the one who is taught the word is to share all good things with the one who teaches him. Well, if the guy who taught it already knows, then yeah, it did look like shake weight, doesn't it? If the guy taught him, then he already knows. So what is he going to share with him? I don't understand it. But there's a lot of that I don't understand right now. Or John, it could be clackers. Remember back in the day, those, you know what I'm talking about? They were plastic, hard plastic or whatever, and they were on a string. And they ended up eventually, after a couple of years, they outlawed them or something because they kept shattering. Let's see. Here's this sick one. The guy's going to go to prison, hopefully, and they'll take care of him. Yorktown man, 70, accused of sexually abusing a 4-year-old girl. Okay. A 70-year-old Yorktown man's been accused of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old girl. Man, I'll tell you what, this world is bad these days. Let's see. Hey, morning, Eric, buddy.
Good morning, sir.
70-year-old man has been accused of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old girl. Man, dude. Dennis Andrew McCorkle was arrested on Wednesday, February 18th, on suspicion of child molesting, child solicitation, inappropriate communications with a child, and neglect of a dependent.
Should be a
the child
public hanging.
Yep. According to Yorktown police, the child told her parents and a therapist that McConkie had inappropriately touched her and also persuaded her to fondle him. The child also said every day he did it. McConkie told her to keep it a secret. A kid, dude. She's 4. Yorktown officers reported he was advised of the allegations by an official with the Indiana Department of Child Services in November. McCorkle declined to meet with the officer for an interview, the court documented. That's smart on his part anyway. Delaware County Prosecutor's Office will determine whether formal charges will be filed. Yeah, you probably should file charges and keep him in jail, because if I'm that little girl's dad, they let him out of jail, I'm going to be in jail next. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Totally alter the course of a young person's life. I don't get it. That's a special kind of evil, man. And you know what I mean? That's a special kind of evil. What's that, John? No to cure? I know one too. It involves the ceasing of breathing. Let's see if there's any good reports or anything in here that we need to know about. Shopping deals. The drug task force investigation leads to Muncie woman. So he ain't selling no drugs for a little bit of money. Muncie woman arrested in a drug dealing investigation. You know, the only way I'm going to deal drugs is I'm going to make sure I make enough money that if I get arrested and go to prison, I'm going to have that money buried somewhere. When I come out, I ain't going to have to worry about working. Members of the drug task force said a recent investigation led to the arrest of a Muncie woman and the seizure of more than 86 grams of fentanyl. Oh, shit. Ashley K. Atkinson, 36, Wednesday, being held yet at 2 counts of suspicion of narcotic drugs, dealing in narcotic drugs, and obstruction of justice. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now.
That's like the prostitute killer over here. She got 60 years in jail. She overdosed and she robbed and killed 4 guys.
Oh, really?
She was doing sexual things with. She was a prostitute.
Really?
Yep, she killed 4 of them and put one in the hospital. She got 60 years.
How'd she do it? How'd she kill him?
She was a prostitute, and they picked her up for sex, and she gave them laced it with fentanyl and killed them.
She was ODing them, huh? Yeah, that's a good way.
And robbing them.
Yeah,
she was ODing them, robbing them.
That's what I'd do too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, and this happens there's an informant, or that's probably much every town these days. I suppose that's how they get most of the bus, isn't it? According to court documents, an informant for the task force on February 3rd bought 4 grams of heroin or fentanyl from Atkins. They don't know whether it was heroin or fentanyl. Okay. Investigators said they determined Atkins was a passenger in a Chevy Colorado pickup truck that on Monday traveled to a suburb of Dayton, Ohio, where local drug traffickers frequently buy narcotics. Yeah, I've heard there's, for lack of a better word, a pipeline from here to there. You know what I mean? And it's all it's in the Dayton area all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Vehicle was pulled over by Delaware County deputies for speeding. Indiana 35. Wouldn't you think if you had a bunch of freaking fentanyl, 86 grams of fentanyl, you might do just a little bit over the speed limit, not enough to get pulled over? She admitted retrieving a plastic bag containing 86 grams of fentanyl from the truck's glove box and throwing it out the truck. The Delaware County Prosecutor's Office will determine whether formal charges. Oh, she threw it out of the truck. You got to do it going around the corner or something so they can't see you, dummy.
No, you just don't do it.
Yeah, save all the money and retire to Florida. I hear that idea works. Yep. Spend the winters down there anyway. Yeah.
Oh, winter ain't that bad.
Nah, I'm living through it.
That's right. It just makes your bones ache more because you're old. and all the arthritis.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Oh,
Good
Lord,
morning,
please
John,
help us all.
Jody. I don't know who else came in here. I ain't going back and looking.
Dog's in.
Catfish dog.
Yep.
Tim.
Dog be coming
Tim,
in.
you live in one crappy state.
We're tired. Can't get his sleep pattern back to normal, John.
Hey, did you see that guy got pulled over 6 months ago without having insurance, and he's still out driving a semi and killed somebody in Indiana?
On
Couldn't
Highway
believe that either.
67, that happened not far from me.
I'm like, wow.
He
How can
killed
you
a
get?
whole family of people, didn't he?
He killed some guy, an 84-year-old guy in a
Oh, I'm
truck.
sorry. Telly's in here. She's working from home today. I apologize, Telly. I'm so
Good
sorry.
morning, Miss Telly.
I'm
I
pretty
gotta
sure
get a hold of.
that
I gotta
happened
get a hold of Chris. Me and Curtis are not going to the gathering. This is my public announcement on it
public.
for health reasons, not to do with us. Their mama.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Eric, I'm in here too.
Oh crap! I forgot what I just. I'm pretty sure that happened north of me here on on 2-lane highway, State Highway 67. Killed a whole family or a whole bunch of Amish people, if I remember correctly.
That was another one. I'm talking about the one that just happened recently.
Yeah, this just happened like a week or so ago, maybe 2 at the most. Let's see if I can find the paper. But this guy here was an illegal who got his driver's license or got a CDL somewhere. I forget where it was. But the fact of the matter is, if you're one of them companies that hires the illegal and his credentials aren't right and he wrecks your vehicle, sorry, you're liable also.
The guy I was talking about was he came just before he got his CDLs just before they passed that law about the English. You got to be able to read and understand English.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. But what blows my mind is his license. They pulled him over, and he had no insurance. So that's automatic suspension of your license. I know that is in Ohio. You get pulled over without having insurance.
Well,
which is a fraud, but hey, whatever.
I don't know if you get your license suspended for it here or not, but I know it's a pretty good ticket. But I was reading something or whatever was talking about that you'd be surprised how many non-Americans are driving trucks right now that can't speak English or read our stoplight, our traffic signs. A lot, especially a lot of Muslim immigrants.
There's a town out in far east Ohio. They have a way station out there on 70, and they've been catching them out there.
Good.
Yeah, when they go to the way station, they give them that test, and if they ain't, they lock them up. And if they here illegally, they ship them out to ICE.
Nice.
Even though our governor and mayor don't want, ICE here, but they're not being like that dumb Minnesota up there.
Yeah, there's a big thing going on.
Oh, yeah. Something else, Buggy. Did you hear? Indiana's getting another NFL football team.
Yeah, up in Gary or something up that way. The Bears moving over there.
Guess it's outside of Gary. It's not in Gary. It's in the town close to it.
Yep, I've seen that. There'll still be the Chicago Bears, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be the outskirts of Chicago, but it's in Indiana. Just like Kansas City. Kansas City's football team, they were in Missouri.
Yeah.
Not in Kansas City, but now they're changing that because they're building a new stadium in Kansas City. Old Arrowhead's going down. Hey, did you see that the U.S. women's hockey team won in overtime yesterday?
Oh, did they really?
Gold medal, yeah, baby.
Nice.
U.S. got gold. Canada got, what is it, silver, and
Yeah.
Austria got bronze.
Huh.
Or Switzerland. It was Switzerland that got bronze.
That's cool.
Well, we're still behind in the medal count,
Yeah.
though. I think we're in third.
Because a lot of them Canadian and American hockey players either play together or play against each other in different leagues. It's not like they don't know each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure that's a small world, the female professional hockey thing. Which I don't
Still
care
cool, though.
very much so, very, very much so. I can remember the Miracle on Ice that happened in the 80s. That was about as cool as it got, actually.
I don't know when the men's can is playing Canada, but that's probably who'll end up in the gold medal on the men's side, too.
I was
Is
getting ready to
U.S.
ask
and
you that.
Canada. But you know how there's bad blood between, that because.
Oh, yeah, from that national anthem thing. That's why I said, yeah, that'll be
Yep.
likely to go 2 minutes without a fight starting. Unless they have different rules in the Olympics, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think they can still fight.
Well, let's see.
Hockey is one awesome sport, but it's even better when you actually get to go to a game and watch it. Watch it live is a total different experience than watching it on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Hockey is one of them games you got to watch live, and one of them games that's awesome to play.
And then if you get to see a fight, that's awesome too.
Venezuela hockey team didn't play so well. John, I don't want to know. Okay, yeah, I do want to know. I'm sure the Colombian team probably didn't play so well neither. They had to take a break every 15 minutes or so to go get another bump.
That's something else. If you get bored and you want something to watch, go watch the documentary on Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, really? I bet that's a good one, actually. Yeah, he had an interesting post-professional life.
Sitting there smoking crack at halftime. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No kidding.
He's in the locker room smoking crack.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it, John? I think they were talking about messing with the Navy too. It's like, man, that's a bad idea. They got so much junk on them ships, dude. Just don't. You know what I mean? Because that's a bad FAFO right there. Then again, America may be staying or wherever it's at, or you know what I mean? And it's got to be close to their area for them to be able to get to them. And they may deliberately be doing it, trying to get them to start something so it won't look like we started with them, even though we are. In fact, I think there was what do you call it? Shoot. Maybe a podcast. I don't know. Oh, they said they were going to put an aircraft carrier on the bottom, huh? Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Those cost a lot of money, and they're well defended. But then again, they've got Russia backing, so they've probably got some pretty good weapons too, but nothing that can compare to our aircraft carriers.
Who they got over there are like small cities.
Yeah.
Hold up to 4,000 or 5,000 people. It's like, wow. Well, soldiers. Anybody got any good plans for this weekend?
Man, I don't know. What is the date? The 20th? I'll watch Supercross tomorrow, like always, but Putin don't want none. He's already wore out. Yep. Was he on aircraft carrier? I was talking to my grandson came over and interviewed my mom for school projects or something. And during World War II, he worked in a shipyard down Carolina somewhere, and they were building aircraft carriers. And then he worked somewhere that I think they were something to do with development of the atomic bomb or whatever. And
Morning, Terry B.
everyone who worked there was through the Merchant Marines or something like that. But the families had to live on the base where they done the work at, and everyone had to wear dog tags, even the kids, in case something happened, because it was, a strategic place that they would hit from the East Coast, like they did Hawaii. And Mom was telling about it. But yeah, my grandpa worked on aircraft carriers, and then he worked on some that had to do with the atomic bomb. He wasn't a scientist or anything. Probably, worked in the building the housing or something. Who knows? Really? What'd he do? Hey, Terry B, good morning. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta do it.
This world's a crazy place.
Yep. I'm ready to disappear into nowhere land or whatever they call it. Flock of seagulls. No way. Heck yeah, dude. Cool. Let's get
Crazy place.
some of this up for today. Here we go. I'm ready to disappear into Oh, I gotta listen to that. Hold on. I don't want to hear myself. Okay, I see it's a spoof one. I gotta check that out where I can watch the whole thing up loud. Very cool. Iran, IRAN, so far away. Thank you, John. Uh-oh. You gotta have your interest peaked when the headline shows a well-endowed woman that says smooth, perfect, and so satisfying to watch. Oh.
So I guess nobody's got any big plans for this weekend.
Do what?
I said I guess nobody's got no big exciting plans for the weekend.
Isn't there like a conference thing or something going on down Knoxville area or something like that this weekend?
Not from that area.
Oh, Terry. Okay, thanks, Terry. I'm sorry. I did that. Definitely falls right in John's sense of humor, so I have to send it to him. Airplane parts guy, cool. Yeah, I know. I'm airhead Bugman is an airhead, and I feel like an airhead this morning for some reason. I don't know. Hey, John, give me a call later today, bud. I don't know, man. I wonder if we got an indoor fire and shooting range around here anywhere. I'd like to go shoot some guns for a while, get some frustration out. Actually, my backyard would be perfect to put a backstop up and shoot. I'm with you, Telly, man. No, I didn't get a chance to. I had a crappy afternoon, John. I'll check it out this morning after this show. You know what I hate when the snow melts off your yard? Looks like crap. You know what I mean? Because the snow, all the stuff that got caught in the snow, and it melts, and then I didn't get to mow the leaves up the last time, and so now I got leaves in the yard. I know I do suck, John. I apologize. I forget what happened. There's something happened yesterday.
Yeah, you are anal attentive on your yard, huh?
Yep, I did get my printer. Came yesterday, thank God, and I can print my work stuff now. The bad part is I've got 4 ink cartridges for my old printer, and the old printer used 65 and this one uses 67. I'm like, they done that crap on purpose. They had to. Is it down? I know the grass stops growing down there in the winter, doesn't it? Oh, really? So the cold would kill the
I
palm
wonder if
trees?
that guy knows his tailgate's open.
I wonder if don't they come back? I didn't know it killed them. I thought I knew it would make them, go dormant. Did he have anything in the back of his truck?
Yeah, he got looks like groceries in the back. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah. I think I remember because my cousin then lived down there, and I'd go stay sometimes in the summertime. And I remember my aunt saying the grass stopped growing in the wintertime. Oh, really? It hadn't been that cold down there before, so they set records then, huh?
On our local news, did a little poll on what day's the best day to get gas. Sundays and Mondays.
Really?
Yep, the
Sunday
worst
and
days
Monday.
are Thursdays and Fridays.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Over a 50-year record, no kidding. I know that I took a picture of you, and I got gas for $2.55 the other day. I don't care what Trump says, does, or who he screwed. You just keep bringing them gas prices down, and now let's get the grocery prices down, and I'll be fine. Grocery prices, I think, are kind of like taxes. Once they go up, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
So at that point, when things are not in a crisis situation or whatever, they should have to revert back to how they were before then. And then if they want to raise them, they can do it from then, on up. Oh, yeah, I never even thought about that, man. Yeah. What about the orange groves?
Oh yeah, I guarantee you the cold weather put a damage on them. Oranges down there and the peaches in Georgia.
Yeah, yeah, that sucks. Well, I know, like up here, farmers have insurance and stuff for things like that have a bad crop year or whatever, and they pay them for it, and then they're in theory they till it underground, just till the plants over. But some of them just do a regular harvest anyway and use it for
Sticking through here.
stuff like that. See, corrupt wildlife cop makes a huge mistake, and the state of Florida is going to shave.
Did you get to go down and talk to your neighbor or the guy about the boat?
No, I've been by there. I didn't see him. It's got to be nice for him to be out. I'm not going to go up and bother him at his house because I don't know. I think his wife is working seconds or something. Huge mistake. Corrupt wildlife cop makes a huge mistake, and the state governor steps in. Huh. Mom pulled over after 72 counts of voting fraud. Well, I bet you now they got a chance.
It's like that stuff I've been sending you in Messenger and you reposted. I think it's funny, Buggy. I hope I don't get you in trouble.
Yeah, a little bit. You helped flame the fire, believe me. Like I said, I ended up having to block my son. He's mad at me. Well, I told him I've never been to his Facebook page. I don't get on his post and criticize him. And he does mine and always wants to counter everything that I post. And
I seen what he said in there. So
yeah,
I didn't say anything derogative or nothing like that.
No, I'm just like, I'm done, man. All you want to do is counter everything I say. At least I quote sources when I do it.
I have a question. Does he have any common sense?
Oh man, dude, I'm wondering.
Because that seems to be what's wrong with a lot of people that are Democrats. They don't have common sense.
Well, he always seemed to be pretty decent.
Or liberals.
The area he lives at and stuff and went to school, was an affluent, rich area. And, that's where a lot of these young liberals came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just got to be a little too much. Like I said, I know he's mad at me. He probably won't talk to me for a while. I don't care though. I'm done. It'd be like sitting around and listening to your kid on the phone or something. You know what I mean? Snooping. I guess, is how I would see it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't even know if he knew yet. Because I think the post I got mad finally and blocked him I done it last night, and it may have been an earlier post. I don't know.
What was it? It was the one I sent you about the dog voter.
I don't know. I don't remember actually. I don't know. I think it was one that was just. I don't even think it was a post. It was comments I made. Oh, I know. He posted something from the other day or something. That's what it was, and I was like, why the f you gotta always counter what I say, or have to, say that I'm wrong or I'm stupid or something. And I'm like, I'm done. There are two ways to spread light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I like that.
Don't knock it over because it'll burn all your shit down.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
One of my exciting plans for this weekend is change the brakes on the car.
You got a garage?
Fun.
Or
no?
Oh yeah, that sucks. Then nope.
And that's why I'm going to take it over to my sister's house. She's got a garage.
There you go.
And my nephew is almost a certified mechanic. He will be graduating in June.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's ready then. I just want to say, we're living in a messed up world when ESPN Sports Center is doing reports on WrestleMania. I agree.
Yeah, wrestling is going to be a dying thing after the Muslims or whatever they are, the Arabics.
Yep.
When they actually finally buy wrestling out, you won't see no more women's wrestling.
Are they going to buy it out?
Well, you see, they had WrestleMania in wherever this year.
Dubai.
Stupid. Yeah.
I don't know, but You know who's at fault in that is whoever sells it to them. It's kind of like those people whoever sold the land to China. It ain't China's fault for buying it, and they had a ghost buyer, which means someone from the States bought it for them. And so whoever sold it, if they knew that that's who was getting it, they're at fault, and then the ghost buyer needs to go to prison.
Oh no, it was Royal Rumble that was over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and all the women looked like Power Rangers. They they were covered up head to toe. The thing they had shown was their face.
yeah. I'm so over the world.
The snowflake world.
Yeah, boy, it is, isn't it?
You know what that is caused from, right? It's caused from not being able to whoop your kids as children, and they learn no responsibilities.
Every kid gets a trophy generation. Yeah.
What up, Roger?
Hey, Roger, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I seen your post on Facebook the other day. I forget what it was because I have brain damage, but
Roger was buying a new boat.
That might have been what it was, or something like that, or he was working on a boat, or something like. I don't remember now.
I know he's got the muskrat tore to pieces. Yeah. Looks like you got a new logo.
That's what I was thinking too. I can't see it. That was too small because I got old man eyes.
Oh, you ain't cool, buddy.
They own the WWE already, Dog says.
Yeah, they own a portion of it.
Really?
Nick, what is his name? Nick Khan, I think is his name.
That's just horrible, man.
Yep. That's like him selling an advertisement in the ring. They ain't never had that when I was a kid, and I never remember seeing crap in the ring. It was always just a blue ring. Now they got Slim Jim and Prime and everything else in the middle of the ring.
Yep, that's a pretty cool logo, Muskrat. Very cool. I wonder if there's a bigger picture. What's up, dog?
What's going on?
Another day in my wonderful life, man.
What up, Tim?
Hey, okay, Eric, I'm going to give you the wrestling news right now. Nick Khan he's not from the Middle East. He's grown up here in Champaign. His dad owns Flexingate, which makes car parts. So he's American, but the WWE is owned by Saudi now, and it's getting bad.
Yeah, I don't really watch it that much anymore. It's not like back in the 80s, in the Attitude Era.
Yeah. DX was the best. I don't know. Who do you think, man? What do you think? 4 Horsemen or DX? What do you think?
That's a hard decision.
Man, ain't it?
Yeah. It's like this one guy I was watching. He was doing a poll on who has better movies, Will Ferrell or Adam Sandler. I'm like, oh my god.
I'll pass on that poll.
That's like crazy right there.
So, Bucky, yes, I am struggling with my transition from nights to days. I have been working days for a month and 20 days now, and I still, when I come home, I go to bed at 6 o'clock at night because I know I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night, and when I wake up, I'm not going back to bed.
Yeah. I wondered about that, man. Cool. Tommy Robinson's in the States. All right. Hope they get.
I've worked overnights almost all my life, man, and it's a hard transition right now.
Oh, it has to. That's what I was thinking about that there. I thought, man, dude worked thirds a long time. That's got to be a tough transition.
Memphis bound?
That's what Roger said.
Hey, Roger, isn't there what is there like some kind of catfish conference or something going on there this weekend?
Probably some kind of fish expo thingy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like a catfish conference type thing. Oh, sorry about that.
Excuse Buggy.
Not bad, man. It's just good Red Bull.
What killed the tilapia, John? I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling back up. I was reading something. You would have walked across Donkeyland on the dead tilapia the other day, huh?
Cold water.
Is that what killed them?
Those are southern fish, man. They survive pretty good in the Southwest, but apparently it gets too cold for them in Florida. That used to be a rage fish in the store. 15 years ago, tilapia was the fish to eat.
Yeah.
Trash fish now.
Now I did find some really nice big tilapia fillets at Aldi's a couple weeks back.
I heard you need some walleye.
I would like to try. I haven't had any walleye, and I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to try. I'm eating it fresh the first time I eat it, so I don't. I get it real.
But walleye is delicious.
That's what I've heard, that it's one of the best fish out there, and that's why I don't want to buy some frozen tilapia in the store or something. You know what I mean? I want to catch one or have someone who's caught them give them to me so I can eat some real fresh.
You mean walleye, not tilapia?
Yeah.
I mean, well, if you buy it in the store, just make sure it still has the skin on it. Then you will know it's walleye, because walleye is being substituted by a lot of fish.
Yeah,
and they're saying it's walleye, which it ain't, especially in the restaurants.
Yeah, that's dirty. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to eat it until I can eat it fresh. Because it's like bluegill. My bluegill, they taste different fresh than they do frozen, even if you freeze them in water.
You'll have to ask my catfish what the bluegill tastes like.
Because when we freeze our bluegill, we put the fillets in a baggie and fill it up with water, or fill it up about 3/4 of the way. Oh, sorry, Muskrat. We were wondering what you was headed to Memphis for. Ain't there some kind of like catfish conference type thing going on over there? Water hadn't got that cold in over 50 years. Wow.
Buggy, I thought I was the only person that did that.
What's that?
Fill my bag up with water for the fish.
Oh no, they never get freezer burned then.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct, buddy. They do not get freezer burnt.
Yeah, and they'll last a long time that way.
Yep. All my fish are going to freezer, go in a bag of water.
Yep. And then you take them out, lay them in the sink, and let them thaw. Yep,
that's the only hard part, because you got to take them out way ahead, because you do not want to run water on them, because then you'll just shred the fish. Just let it rain on its own.
Yeah, you can't touch them. You got to take them out. I usually just lay the bag in the sink. Mm-hmm. And you're right. At least a day before start, depending on how big a bag it is. And then, you're okay when it gets so far along to maybe put it in a bowl of cold water to help melt some of it. But like you said, you don't run water on it.
And I love bluegill, but boy, is it work because I got to fillet my bluegill. I won't.
Yeah, me too.
I don't deal with bones at all.
Nope, me neither. I've always had a fear of getting a bone stuck in my throat when I was a kid.
That's why I don't eat trout, man. You cannot get the bones out of that.
Oh, really? Yeah. Telly just said fresh trout's awesome. We had it a few times when we were in the Upper Peninsula. Fresh caught. Oh, I'll bet. Cod and halibut is also good when fresh. Had those in Alaska. Yeah. Up in the UP, the UP of Michigan's an awesome place. If the winters weren't so long, I would probably live up there, man, to be honest with you. It's so cool. Trying to remember. I think I was out just in Marquette, but just on the south part of Marquette, close to where the prison was, to do a dirt bike race one time.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah, Jody, but that's what we were talking about. A lot of times it's been frozen and transported and then thawed, or else it's frozen. And my first time eating walleye, I want to eat fresh walleye so I know what it really tastes like. You know what I mean? And then
Well,
I have
you've had
What's that?
crappie before, haven't you?
Yeah, but I always thought the meat was mushy, and somebody told me I have to eat them in the spring when the water's cold.
Don't ever fish for crappie in the summer because their meat gets mushy in their body.
That's what happened. The only time I ever had it fresh was in the summer, and the meat was soft, and I was like, I don't like this.
In the fall, in the winter, and in the spring is the best time to get them. Their meat is solid then, and that's the best time to get them.
Yep, that's what I heard. Because I had it and I didn't like it, so I just never had it again.
I love crappie fishing, but I do not crappie fish at all in the summertime purposely for that reason.
Yeah. How much does what cost, Jody? Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be a long day.
Jody, you can buy walleye at the grocery store, but I think it comes frozen. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Yeah, bye.
I had a guy tell me that they had bluegill up in Jewel Osco in Chicago, $14.99 a pound.
You're kidding me. Really?
Bluegill.
I wonder where they're buying them or where they're sourcing them from.
That'd be easy to get from a farm raised. Bluegill would be. I mean,
yeah, or some of them hybrids. Oh yeah. I don't know. I've never bought it before. You can buy it at the grocery store. I'll look next time I'm at Walmart. I'll look. I know they had some there the last time I was in there and looking around. But I found them big tilapia fillets at Aldi, and when I was back there yesterday, I think it was, to get milk, or the day before, they didn't have them. So it's one of them things they just got one timer. You know what I mean? You do that a lot at Aldi's, I find. You know,
John, I'm 65. I always put Viagra in my bag of crappie.
Going soft.
It's dinner and date that night. Hey, Jody, I seen you guys using walleye for bait down there. I couldn't do it. Crappie same way. Couldn't do it. Love to eat them too much.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I mean, if I had a choice to eat it or keep it for bait, yeah, I'm eating it.
Now, don't get me wrong. If they were biting on it like crazy,
yeah,
we're gonna be using some of that.
I use bluegill for bait because that's the only thing I got around here. And when I get a boat, I can go to the lake where I carp fish at, and I know they're there, but they're not going to be big ones, you know, to cast net. My brain is fried today, man.
You could cook fish, Jody. I've ate your fish before. It's like cooking catfish. Of course, I'm not going to tell you James paid me to eat it. Oh, I mean.
Here's $20. Make sure Jody thinks that's good. Hmm. Oh, well, what's going to be tough? Yep. Tommy Robinson's in the States. That's very cool. He's this dude from England that's been fighting the Muslims for decades and by himself because everyone would call him a racist. And now everyone's on the bandwagon about how bad it is over there. And so ISIS put a hit out on him and he had to get out of the country because he was, when the British police or whoever it is, got a hold of him and told him, hey, this is a serious threat. We've checked the legitimacy of it. You need to leave England. And they told him if he stayed there, said he couldn't carry anything to protect himself. Rubbing his racism. So he went kind of underground there for a few days, where nobody really knew where he was besides whoever, his people are. But he just surfaced in the United States. Urban Jason. Oh, let me go down there. Hey, Nate. Good morning, buddy. It's good to see you. Yeah, Muskrat. What's going on in
Morning,
Memphis?
Nate.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There's two kinds of people in the world: cheaters and losers.
Well, that's the NASCAR saying. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yep. And that's just been a ongoing thing in NASCAR since day one. Cheating.
That's why they have an inspection lane after every race. Top 5 cars go to the inspection lane automatically.
Yep.
Jimmy Johnson been caught cheating so many times. They always used to say when Jimmy Johnson would get back in the pack, he'd have parts taped under his or wired under his car, and he'd let them go and then call for debris on the track.
Debris on the track. We need a caution. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
you know what?
Cool.
I'm about done with NASCAR. 60% throttle at Daytona. What?
You're kidding me.
They're on the throttle program. Throttle program. Come on. I'm out. I'm done.
They added more road courses, and I get so mad. Them things are not designed to run on a freaking road course.
Well, yeah, you can set them up to do that.
Yeah, but still, they're not designed to run on a road course. Not like an F1 car, an Indy car.
No.
They're just not. That's not what the car is made for. And it's shitty racing, in my opinion.
You do have to take the wedge out of it to get it to run on the street.
I mean, let's face it. If you take and watch IndyCar run that course, and then 10 minutes later you watch a NASCAR run the same course, and they look like they're driving on the bypass, 55 mile an hour. That's just what it looks like. I hate them. I don't even watch them because I just think the car's not made for that.
The only road course race I will watch is at Pocono because it's an original race. All the rest of them could just kiss my butt.
Yeah, they had to try to capture that West Coast market, but
well, you know what? That's the downfall of NASCAR right there.
Yep,
they closed tracks on the East Coast, big tracks that were original player tracks, to open tracks on the West Coast, and it didn't work.
Yep, to try and bring in West Coast stuff, and I'm like you, it didn't work. It don't work. It's stupid.
Those guys out on the West Coast, they're not a whole lot interested in racing. Racing is in the East, Southeast Coast. Period.
100%. And I'll never understand it. You ever notice it seems to be like, and it's not just in NASCAR, it seems to be like it's in everything. You almost seem like they're trying to intentionally ruin whatever it is. That here we'll start doing it like they do on the West Coast. Well, you know what? You ain't on the West Coast. So the fact of the matter is, we don't care how they do it over there.
See, NASCAR's big in the East Coast, Southeast Coast, but there's race tracks all across the country. Not big race tracks, home tracks, this and this and there. And that's fine out in the West because you got your small groups of people out there that like those tracks. But to bring a big track out there, it's not going to work.
Yeah, Dakar Baja 1000. Now I watch Dakar every year. In fact, I'll go back and if like wintertime when there's nothing on and nothing to do, like that lapse between sports, I'll go back and watch the Dakar rally over. I usually keep track of it each day.
The Baja 1000. Baja 1000 is more like West Coast type racing because that's the terrain out there.
Yeah, Baja's been around forever.
Yes. And that's a big name race out there.
Excuse me. That's the one racing or type of racing I never got to do that I wanted to do was desert racing. But you got to be a special breed to do that kind of racing. Because they go really, really fast. Hold on, I'm getting me a couple oranges. We got to have some oranges, man. Good for what ails you. I swear you'd think it was springtime and the flowers were blooming as bad as my nose been running the last couple of days.
Well, not so much necessarily a governor, Roger, but they've always had restrictor plates on big tracks. But they are using a throttle program now. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a firm believer you should be able to go as fast as you can. I don't care if you want to take the chance and die. It's your life and your race. Don't tell me I got to make it slower. They've done the same thing at Indy with the pop-off valve and stuff.
Yep, sure did.
Guerrero turned a lap at like 2:38 or something in the 90s. They're like, that's it.
Well, I believe Bill Elliott holds the record for NASCAR at 2:12 unrestricted.
Yeah. Well, and I told the story before about Guerrero. He set the single lap record, was sitting on the pole, and it was super cold that day. Like, build a fire, wear sweatshirts and jeans cold. And they were, doing warm-up laps, and he chirped the tires or whatever and spun out and hit the wall on the warm-up. Set a track record sitting on the pole and never even started a race.
I think I remember that. Buddy. I sure do think I remember that.
Hey, Telly, do they have any tangerines? The tangerines I get right now are about not much bigger than a golf ball, to be honest with you. They're about halfway between a golf ball and a pool ball. They're not very big at all. And I thought, well, I'll go to Fresh Time and see if they've got some. And the first day I went there, they had some really good tangerines that were bigger than the ones I get at Aldi or, Walmart or anything. And then 3 or 4 days later, I go back and they got the same ones that you get at Aldi. And I'm like, literally the exact same ones by the same producer and everything. Sam's Club. I wish we had one of them over here. We don't have one. Because there's stuff I buy that I have to buy, that I buy a lot of, so I don't have to go get it all the time.
I came out to go to work yesterday morning and there was a robin in my front yard.
Really?
Yep.
Well, Lou said Lou said Nightcrawlers was up at his house. And I was like, you're kidding me. That ground's got to be frozen still. And he said, nope, there were Nightcrawlers out. So that's probably why the robins were out.
Well, I think these are probably the Canadian robins. They're, kind of moseying their way back north.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They always come in about 3 weeks before the regular robins do.
I miss having a bird feeder, but the little guy drive him nuts. And now with the cat, all it would do is sit and Cheddar at the door all morning. You know how they do their mouth kind of like, let me at him, coach. Come on, put me in. In fact, I need to get an appointment and get the cap fixed, so that way if it gets out, I don't have to go out and try and get it back in, because I'm not really liking that.
Our bird feeders get attacked by squirrels, and then the crows come in. We don't want to feed the crows, but they'll come in and just take over the feeders.
Yeah. Well, before I moved back to help Mom and them at their house, Mom had the squirrels where, you know, they'd come up and eat out of her hand and stuff. And then when we moved there with the dog, it was over with. They don't do it no more. They used to drive Tilly nuts. She'd chase them, and they'd run across the line that run behind the backyard, the telephone lines, up on the pole, and it would just drive her nuts. And it got to be a game where, and I'm telling you, the squirrels would do it on purpose. They would sit by the tree, maybe 8 feet from the tree or whatever, and Cheddar, and get her to start running towards them, and then they'd run up the tree and sit up on the line and make noise at her. And I swear they were doing it on purpose. There's no doubt in my mind they were doing it on purpose. It was hilarious.
Oh, I was out fishing Lake of the Woods one day, and I seen a squirrel bait a red-tailed hawk. It was hilarious. When the birds of prey latch down on their prey, their claws ratchet down, and they got muscles around their claws with band down on it, so they can't let go immediately.
Yeah.
This squirrel was sitting down at the base of the tree, and this red-tailed hawk came in and went to claw down on him, and the squirrel jumped, and he grabbed that tree and couldn't let go of it.
Huh. That's cool.
They have to wait for the muscles to contract before they can ratchet back up. He was stuck on that tree. It was funny.
I was taking Dad to the doctor one time, and we turned the corner off the highway onto a county road, and there was a house set right there on the corner. And just as I'm starting to turn, one of them red-tailed hawks drops down from the pole right at the base of the house where it meets the ground. And there was like some plants or something there, and it landed in them. I'm like, what the heck is that? And then all of a sudden you can see it's trying to take off, and you see the snake squirreling around and everything. I was like, oh, cool. He dropped down and got a snake.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them. I drove into the club one day, and there was one flying across there, had a squirrel hanging from its claw.
And someone was talking yesterday about seeing a bald eagle go down and catch a fish. Me and my son had that happen at Shakamak one time. We was just walking.
Seen that over at Clinton.
Yep, it's pretty cool to see.
Matter of fact, we're sitting down there at this bridge. This bridge was under construction, so there was a state police officer sitting in the barricade there to make sure nobody was speeding through the construction area.
Yeah.
And this eagle came down and jabbed a fish and landed up on the shore and was pecking at it. Well, he was far enough away I couldn't see, so I walked up to the cop and I said, "Hey, man, you got a pair of binoculars?" "Yeah, well," he goes, I said, "There's a bald eagle right over there eating a fish right now." He goes, "Really? You got the binoculars?" I looked at it for a minute. I go, "There you go. Now you can look at it for a while."
Yep, cool. Yep, I can remember you never used to see them at all, so I'm glad I want them overpopulated even.
Thanks to the DDT ban.
Mm-hmm.
That was that's the best thing the government ever did. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, well, I know for a fact the stuff that they spray on the fields has either killed or driven away a lot of stuff. There was cornfields around my neighborhood, and there was a creek one through there, and it had milkweeds all along it every year. And I know that because we used to play with them, and the milk stuff was real sticky when you got it on your hands.
Yep, get the helicopters, the little white fuzzies out. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen one there in 20 years or more. And the importance of that is the monarch butterflies eat them.
Absolutely. That's their favorite.
Yeah. And there's actually an organization that you can find them online. I forget the name of it, but they actually will help you plant milkweed along creeks and stuff like that. They'll provide all the stuff you need to do it to try and bring them back. You know, and then we used to have these the fields would grow up in the summertime. They had like these big gray state highway barns, and between them and the neighborhood was these just big fields, big grass fields or whatever. And they would grow. The weeds would get, or the plants would get so high they'd be over our head. And they had all kinds of different flowers and stuff in them. And you don't even see any of them anymore. None of them. And it has to be from the pesticides and stuff they were spraying on them fields.
We right here, we're right in a monarch trail, and I came out of the house one morning, early in the morning. We had a persimmon tree in the front yard. It was absolutely covered with monarch butterflies.
Oh man, I had to film that.
No other trees around it had not one on it. I think it was because of that persimmon tree, the smell of it or whatever, man. They were on that thing like crazy. But as speaking about the milkweed, both my grandsons, when they were in grade school, had the project of go around and find a caterpillar, bring it in, let it cocoon, and bring out a butterfly. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, my second grandson, we drove around for 2 days. 2 days looking for milkweeds.
Yeah. I stopped and took a picture of some. We're still living over at the old house then. I was over right by the Indiana-Ohio border. Come up to the intersection, the county road and the highway, and I was getting ready to turn on the highway, and I looked over, and there was a big patch of milkweed.
Well, it's kind of funny. After 2 days, we were going back the same trail we've been down, and my wife said, "Stop."
Morning, Nubby.
Right there was a milkweed with a caterpillar worm on it.
Huh.
I totally crikey.
Morning, Uncle Lou.
Hey, Uncle Lou.
But yeah, I look, and I never really paid attention until me and Dad were talking about the monarch milkweeds, and I noticed that the field where we used to play at when I was a kid, because the plants would grow so high they'd be over your head, and we were kids, so it wasn't like 4 feet high or so. But we would make forts in it and stuff, just playing, and I mean it'd be grasshoppers and butterflies and all kinds of stuff, and you just don't see them anymore. You'll see grasshoppers, but not as many as you used to.
The park where I used to walk the Catfish Dog had lots of wildflowers and stuff in it. It was pretty nice.
Yep.
Weeds are taller than you, just blooming flowers everywhere. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're weeds, but the flowers are pretty.
I was reading a thing about home remedies, and there's a plant. It's a yellow flower, it grows wild, and the leaves are. You've all seen this plant before. I just can't remember the name of it, but this plant, the milk stuff in it, was used for pain management back in like the frontier days and stuff. And they claim it's as effective as an opioid, but it's never been harvested or anything like that because the pharmaceutical companies won't let it be.
You know why, right? No money in it.
Exactly. They can't. They can't keep you from growing your own. What was it I seen the other day? It was a term they used, and I hadn't thought of it, and it made perfect sense. Oh, they were talking about, different medicines and stuff, and I said, well, if you think about medicine in the sense of a business, you wouldn't give your customer something that lasts forever and then lose them as a customer, kind of along that line. You don't want to cure your customer and lose him as a customer. You just want to treat him. And I'm like, yep. It's like cancer. Why on earth would they want to cure that? A lot of money being made off of it right now.
Yep. Boy, the wind is howling over here.
Muskrat, I still haven't heard. Aren't there a catfish conference type thing or something going on over that way? Is that where you're going, or are you just going fishing? You may have said and I missed it. If you did, I apologize.
I don't pick poke in the spring, Jody. I really don't even know what poke looks like. Poke salad. I mean, I've never even had it. I'm not even sure if it grows well. I guess you could grow it in a garden up here.
What is it, Jody? I'm not familiar with it. I may be and just don't know of it as that term. That's what I thought. There was a big expo there this weekend. Thanks, Muskrat. I was thinking that's what it was because I'd heard about it. I heard something about
Hey, Donald.
going on there. I wish I'd have paid attention. I would have planned ahead and I might have drove over. That's a pretty good drive for me, though. Don Knight, how's it going, buddy? I love these tangerines, man. I'm telling you. John turned me on to freezing them, and I'm telling you, you'll never go back. I don't know if it would work with oranges or not, but with tangerines, it works awesome. You just take them out of the freezer and run some hot water over them to soften the skin up a little bit, and then commence to cut them into, little quarters or whatever. Let's see what we got here. I thought someone sent me a text. I guess not. I love Facebook. These people crack me up, man. And you always know there's someone going to hit you up or something, as they'll send a friend request and I'm just me. I just click, okay, whatever. I don't even look. I just click okay. And there's a girl here, Latasha Henry. Said I'm 40 or nothing. I asked, she sent me a friend request, asked me how I was doing. I said, pretty good. How are you doing? And she said, nothing much. I'm 44. I broke my back, so I can't work. I have a card if you want to put some money on it. Like, really? Fuck you. I don't know you. Get out of here.
So, Jody, you say that poke is a weed. You pull the leaves off. You braise it in the grease like you would cabbage? I've heard of poke salad before, but I guess you could cook it up hot, put it in eggs.
Hot grease and scrambled eggs, huh? Interesting. Oh, Ernie said something. Come on, man, quit. I just want to go fishing sometime soon. And there's Ernie Brown. Good as it can go either way, but I'm still.
Is that the voice of experience, Nubby? He says all those are scams.
Oh, well, sure they are. It cracks me up. I laugh at them. And and you get 3 or 4 of them a day, and some of them I'll mess with them for a couple of days. I'll mess with them till they get to the point they hit you up for money. And then I say, oh, man, I can't believe you said that. I'm actually in jail. I was going to see if you could put some money on my books for me. They go away and never come back.
What's up, Curtis 2.0?
Hey, dog.
Jody, it may grow wild here. I just don't know. I don't even really know what it looks like.
Trying to roll in again. It is. I don't know if it's going to stay or not. It's pretty windy.
Yeah, I've missed them. I haven't seen them in a while.
You may have noticed at this point, I have a very big berth.
There we go. Let's eat oranges. Oh, Erickson, that I'm taking my time. Oh, it's Friday. Never mind. I understand. You know, I've actually think I've heard that term before, Jody. I just don't know if I've ever seen it or not, but I think I've heard someone say something about poke salad or something like that. There's so much stuff out there you can eat.
Ask Yule Gibbons, he'll tell you.
Yep. Until he died.
Probably choking on some bark.
Yeah.
That's just
Yep.
like them long distance runners that drop dead of a heart attack. What?
Yep. Just goes to show when it's your time, it don't matter what kind of shape you're in, what you've eaten your whole life, it's your time. Pack your bags, you will not be coming back. Bam. But it's been probably, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, I read the guy was suing the farmer to the southwest of him because this farmer here was growing organic stuff, okay? So it had no chemicals, no pesticides or nothing on it. The farm guy to the southwest of him along the road used pesticides on his crops. Well, because of the direction the wind was blowing, when he put that on his crops, it blew over and contaminated this other guy's crops.
Overspray.
And, yeah. And he ended up suing them. And I don't know, I guess that they have tests or something. If, you know, fresh, you're going to call it organic or whatever, you know, you have to have stuff tested or something. I forget why it was he had his stuff tested for it, but I don't remember what happened in the lawsuit though. And
well, if you're claiming it's organic, it probably has to be verified that it's organic before you can sell it.
Yeah, exactly, something along that line. But like the guy said, you know, we've both been farming long enough to know that, you know, depending on the wind, when you're going to put your pesticides on or whatever, so they don't contaminate anything around it.
Well, the farmer that was spraying the pesticide should know what wind to, you know, go under and what to go over.
They know, you know, you should know that your stuff is going to blow and you can only plant it when the wind's blowing a certain way or when there isn't any.
Because my backyard butts right up against the cornfield. I mean, when he comes through in combines, I can open up my gate and jump up on the combine.
Yeah.
But when he sprays his fields and stuff, I've never had any overspray into my yard. And even when the corn is up, you know, they don't. When the beans are there, they use a tractor to spray the beans. But when the corn is up and high, they got to use an airplane. Even when that airplane is flying right past my backyard, it doesn't get into my grass.
Yep, I had one. They were doing that over here last summer, and the guy was flying over. I thought, man, that would be the coolest job on earth.
Dude, I get dive bombed every other year.
Oh, yeah, I would dig it, man. Yes, I would.
Yeah, now, BC, you know what I'm talking about. You shouldn't be spraying over a certain wind. You got to know that.
Yeah, there you go, Nubby. Exactly. And what it was, the guy was suing because the crop he had tested positive for, you know, some kind of pesticide. Well, he couldn't sell the crop. You know, he couldn't sell it as organic anyway.
Right.
And selling it in the regular market would have not done any good because he would have not made any money. You know what I mean? Like he would if it was organic or something. So that's what he was suing the guy for, I think, was the loss of income or something.
Yeah, because usually organic farms are smaller farms than the.
Yep.
Because they take, they're labor intensive. They're real labor intensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're not using pesticides to kill things off. So you become the Terminator. I have. John, you're not lying. I always
You
try
have
to
what?
get ready to turn the corner, though. Right,
Go
dog.
get a cup of coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
Coffee.
It's like they talk about the
grind.
COVID
I
shot.
hope you grind your own beans. If not, you're drinking cockroaches.
You should have known something was up with COVID when they gave immunity to all the pharmaceutical companies.
I didn't hear a word you said, Tim.
I said, if I'm drinking cockroaches, they're mighty tasty.
Yep. Full of protein.
I don't know where I've seen that, but if you don't grind your own, I guess when they grind them, I guess the cockroaches climb around in the coffee grounds. They grind the cockroaches up in the coffee grounds.
Hell.
That's another reason why I don't drink coffee.
Everything you eat or drink's got some kind of bug dropping or something in it anyway. It don't really matter. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a clear day today. I seen the sun coming up on yours, and I looked back, and it's just now starting to turn pink in the horizon there. That's kind of neat. I watched you, and we're live, and you're, I don't know, however many miles east of me or southeast. Getting daylight there. It's way more daylight there than it is here, I should say.
Yeah. That's like when Nubby comes up and Nubby's live, he'd be pure daylight and it's still dark here. So
Yeah.
what the crap? But the East Coast gets the sun before everybody else.
I remember my ex-girlfriend, her mom and stepdad lived in Maine, and she said it would get dark there in the wintertime at like 3 in the afternoon.
Hey, good morning, Nubby.
Yep.
I hate this stupid phone. Work phone.
I haven't been paying attention to news or whatever, but I guess they got the trash man strike or something in New York.
No, that's just a stupid mayor that don't want to do his job.
Well,
Won't say everything's free.
Well, there's trash piled up on the roads in New York right now, 6 feet high, all the way down the roads, because the trash men ain't running.
Mm-hmm.
I did laugh. He come on and done a speech and said they were going to have to raise taxes, and well, they're going to have to raid the rainy day fund that they have, and plus, what was it? Take money from the pensions, the pension funds. And someone needs to step on. Hold on, man. You can't touch a fucking pension fund, dude. You want to have people in this city go nuts and commence to tearing the whole place down? Have a pensioner lose his money because you took it and used it. Yep. And they said, New York City's got tons of rats anyway. And they said it's just unbelievable right now how many rats there are. The New York City rats, they got attitudes, man. They ain't the kind that play. It figures it's going to get sunny today, but the temperature's going to steadily drop. Because I was thinking about going outside and working in the yard today.
Temperature's supposed to drop all day.
Yeah,
And Sunday they're
looked at
talking
it.
about snow showers Sunday. Here.
Really? Could they?
Mhm.
Well, if you're going to get them, we're going to get them before you. So, damn, that sucks.
Well, Uncle Lou's getting them right now.
Oh, is he? Don't get him started. All these message things from Facebook, I'm just going to hit delete all. Because I don't care what y'all got to say about anything. Homie don't play. Yeah, but and the news people, evidently they're not for him or whatever, because they were talking about him. They showed him talking about they're going to have to raise taxes, and then right next to that they played his commercial when he was running and said, "I will not raise taxes on the poor or the middle class, and I'm going to provide free this and that."
You know, Uncle Lou, I was just messing with you guys. Because Troy was talking about there was no conversation in there.
They oh crap. Never mind, spaced up.
Well, that was about an adventure. When it go in the side door, lock myself out of the house, keys in the house.
Oh, that's fun. Did you have to climb through a window?
Well, I got a spare set out here, and I had to look them up. I forgot where they were. I had to find them.
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. That Mondami dude or whatever in his campaign said that they were going to give passes to poor people to ride the subways and everything, free subway. Well, they
Free
raised
grocery stores.
They raised the fee on the subways. Instead of free, they increased the amount it costs to ride it. Yeah,
I got an even better one. I got a better one for you, Buggy. They put a tax here in the state of Illinois and downstate to help the rail system up in Chicago.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't give a crap about that rail system up there.
Exactly.
If they can't make it, they can't make it.
Yeah, if it's not turning its own profit, then sorry, maybe you ought to do away with it.
Or do like they did up there for everything else, sell it to somebody else.
Yep.
Because they done sold all their money making stuff and they're not making any money anymore. That's why they're in debt. Well, that not only that, but they're giving all the illegals up there tons of money and places to stay and blah, 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 blah.
There you go.
Because it's a sanctuary city.
But I'm a racist if I say that.
Look, I'm not being racist. I'm saying illegal aliens.
Fact. That's all it is. You came here illegally. You have no right to any of my money. None.
Yellow, green, black, or white, don't care. Illegal aliens.
Yep. You're not a migrant. You're not an asylum.
Aliens.
You're an illegal alien.
Aliens. Are aliens real?
The law on asylum seeking
That's
is
Mr. Duggar. He'll tell you.
Refuge in the first safe country that you come to. So when they come from South America, the first safe place they come to is Mexico. That's where they have to seek refuge in. But instead they go to Mexico to get here.
They don't want them in Mexico, Buggy. You check their borders down south, man. They do not want them in Mexico.
They're not asylum seekers here. They're coming here to get the free benefits. They're not seeking asylum. There's no one going to kill them where they come from. They're not seeking asylum. They're seeking economical asylum.
They're seeking a better life, and that's fine. I agree with that. Legally.
Well, yeah, but that's
the paperwork and be accepted. Welcome to the United States.
The way it works, before it opened the gate and it flooded, the way it did work, they'd come to the border, claim they're seeking asylum, they would process them and give them a hearing date and then send them out into the country. And 99% of them never show up for the hearing because it's like 5 years out.
Figure that.
And
Yeah.
the actual law, the UN or World Council law or whatever it is, when you're seeking asylum, you have to seek asylum into the first safe place you come to, being Mexico in this instance. So, and then the other part is they've got the Libs and Soros and them have people that go down there and coach them on what to say. Show them, you know, if you ever notice, check some of them. The people show up at the border, they got clean clothes, you know, good shoes and stuff. Like you ain't walked no 500 miles from down there to here or whatever because your stuff's way too clean. Where'd you get all that at? Oh, we got it from the asylum seeker assistance program in Mexico. You know, they're so generous. Their welfare system works so well. But these are the things that me and my son are. I cannot believe that you would just, they're humans, you know. I understand that. They're humans, but so am I. And there's vets laying on the streets homeless every day. But yet we spend billions of dollars on people who technically are criminals. And that's what I'm mad about. I just can't believe you just don't see them as humans. Well, actually, I don't want to admit it, but you're probably right. I don't see them as any better than my veteran that needs a home, but yet they don't have no money for that. And somehow they got $1 billion for, you know, and it's like the thing up in Minnesota, you get an idea of how much money they're spending on people, you know, that they tell us they don't have any money to do anything with, you know, or a program.
Man, I tell you, don't even get me started on Minnesota because all that rioting and stuff up there was just a cover for that money laundering that's going on.
I was going to say that got out of the headlines pretty quick, didn't it?
As soon as the rioting started, it's gone. They did that on purpose.
Sure they did. Sure they did. You ever notice they'll have a protest like that or something, and these people have all these really pretty signs that were printed up and they're all look the same and everything. Well, where'd they get them at? It's not like
and hand out
11 and bought them on the way. People just don't pay attention to that. And I'm just mad about all the money they were spending. It's amazing. You know, it's like the firemen from 9/11 that survived and they were battling the stuff and trying to rescue people and all that dust and stuff. Well, 90-some% of them ended up with some kind of lung disease. And Jon Stewart had went to D.C. to speak. And the first time he went, I think there was like 12 people with him. The next time he went, 2 or 3 years later, there were 5. The last time he went, there were 2. And he was going there to tell them, hey, these people need money to treat what they've got from trying to help with the Twin Towers or whatever. And he'd get the same answer from every politician. Well, you know, we appropriated so much and we don't have any other money and we'll have to appropriate money from somewhere else. But if you really knew, no, they're sending billions everywhere else and going to let these firemen die. Thank you. It tells you where their priorities are, that's for sure. It's not on the
putting money in their bureaucratic pocket.
What they need is to have like a Nuremberg trial. Start out with the Epstein tapes. If you're on a video on the Epstein tapes harming a child, you get tried, you get convicted, you get taken from the court to the gallows in front of the Capitol in D.C. and hung by your neck till dead. I'm pretty sure after you've done that, and then you tell the politicians, we're going to do like the Nuremberg trials and we're going to keep having them. If we can prove you're not working for the American people, we're going to bring you up on charges. We're going to try you. And if you're convicted of treason, you'll get the same fate. Things would probably change pretty quick. With the Epstein files, everyone on them needs to be caught and tried. bar none. And they need to be held accountable. I haven't watched or listened to none of them, but I was listening to some people on a video yesterday, ladies, these two women talking about it. And I'm glad I haven't watched any of them, because the one lady said, I will never be able to get the sound of that girl screaming out of my head. And I'm like, I'm glad I don't have that in my head.
Good morning, FF8.
Morning,
Hey,
Scotty.
you know, it's like seeing gross stuff or whatever. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
By the way,
It's like seeing
John.
Charlie. It's like seeing Charlie Kirk get assassinated.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
I never undersee it. Ever in my lifetime thinks I'd see something like that.
I've never watched it just because of that. I don't want to.
By the way, John, guilty.
What?
You said locking myself out of the house was a stoner move. Guilty.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I used to, before keys got thick like they are now, they got the big, thick plastic crap on the end of them. I used to get a spare set of keys made to every vehicle I had, and I'd slide them in the pocket in my wallet. I always had a spare key with me, because I don't know how many times I would lock my door on my vehicle, slam it closed, and then realize, oh, shit, the keys are in the ignition.
I can't do that no more now.
Oh, yeah?
Don't even have a key. The car doesn't have a key.
You're kidding me. Yeah, I'll pass.
It's a push button start.
Nope.
Now, there is a key inside the remote that will unlock the door if you need to.
Yeah.
But as far as starting it, push button.
Remember when I was a kid, my dad bought this little Renault car. And it was really a pretty cool little car, and he ended up tearing the transmission out of it. I mean, it was a manual getting it stuck in the snow. But it had a push button where on the dash, when you're driving, you push buttons to shift gears.
My grandparents had a push button transmission car too.
Yeah, pretty cool. But I've said it the other day, and I'll say it again. Nobody will go to jail over the Epstein stuff. Watch and see. And if they don't, this country needs to have an insurrection of some kind, because that's it. You know, the corruption is gone, and they are above the law, and they know it.
That's like that royal family member getting arrested.
Yeah. My mom got a raise on her Social Security, right? They also raised her Medicaid, and it almost took all of the raise from the Social Security.
Add to that.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to say they're giving you more money, but they're taking more money in the same
Mhm.
process.
Exactly.
You know
Sorry,
what,
I'm
buddy?
out of my
I have to
truck.
tell you, it sure feels good to be retired.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Because I tell you what, I go to work and I'm like, if I don't feel like working 8 hours a day,
Yep.
I'm going home.
Yep. Exactly. I don't have to. It's like me. I turned down. Well, I didn't turn down, but I put offers in on 3 appraisals this week. The 2 of them were going to be kind of hard to do, so I bid them high, knowing they're not going to give it to me, because some young starving appraiser is going to jump in there and bid it super. You know, he's going to bid it at, you know, the year 2000 fee. And they do have the high-rise buildings for old folks. And as soon as they get a Social Security raise, they raise the people's rent. Yep, every time. And I'm a firm believer, if we got enough money to send them billions and billions of dollars to other places, every single American should have housing and food before any dollar leaves this country. And how that's not the way, I don't understand.
Well, I
do.
agree with that, Buggy, but I don't agree with they should have free housing and food. I think they should
No, I didn't say nothing about
do
free. I
something
said
for that
they
free
should-
housing and food.
You know, like
Well,
if
it's like
you're
the welfare thing. It's not designed for you to stay on welfare
no,
for all your life.
it's just an assistance.
Yeah, but most people do.
Now I'm talking about, you know, like for instance, my mom being old. I think all old people, if you work during your lifetime and pay taxes, you should get your medication for free, bar none. It just should be that way. Instead of having to pay for Medicaid insurance and get a deductible.
Right.
You know, this if we can send billions of dollars to these Somalians and we can spend billions of dollars. I know they had a town council meeting or whatever in Chicago a couple weeks back, and I was watching it, and these people were going off. And a lot of it is in the black community. And they're in there saying, no, wait a minute. For years, we've been trying to get money for this, this, and this, and you've always tell us there's no money. And then these people come in, and all of a sudden you start housing them and feeding them, and they were just going off. I mean, it was close enough that if I was one of them politicians, I'd have probably been worried that I'm not going to make it out of there. Because one of them that got most of the people mad in this neighborhood, they'd taken the rec center that the kids went to after school and turned it into housing for the immigrants. So now these kids whose parent, probably one parent family even, works until 5 in the evening, they get out of school at 2:30. They have nowhere to go between that time and the time their parent gets home, which was the whole reason the rec center was built to begin with. And they were not happy. And one guy got up there and he was like a organization leader for the neighborhoods and stuff. And he said, you all don't realize what you done. I'll never vote Democrat again. And I guarantee you ask anybody in this room, they won't either. Enjoy your last term. So hopefully Chicago will be turning red.
There's a lot of things going on up in Chicago. I mean, they had gangs come in and take over whole buildings, housing buildings.
Yep.
And then when ICE rolled in and took everybody out of there, the community around there was very happy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they had that part of that discussion at that meeting too.
I mean, they were taking over whole buildings, and and they were. Some of the people were complaining about, well, they're taking African Americans out of that building too. Well, if they're American citizens, they'll sort them out and let them go.
Yep. Yeah. But
don't cry about them taking everybody out of there. They got to take everybody out of there, sort them out, and let whoever it is go.
Yep. It's like all these people whining about voter ID. I get a kick out of that. I just laugh. And I guarantee if you send emails to 1,000 people that have a problem with a voter ID and you say, hey, you've won a 56-inch flat screen TV, you can come and pick it up here, but you got to have ID. Every one of them is going to have an ID. Everyone. No doubt in my mind. I don't know about where you guys are at, but in Indiana, you can get an ID card for free.
That's right.
Now, you do got to bring stuff to prove you're who you are.
You just got to do a little work.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of them are whining about. Well, a married woman's birth certificate wouldn't match her name that she has now. And I'm like, yeah, but her marriage certificate would show why her name is different. Well, then they got to get a copy of that too. And I'm like, oh, so we're talking about you got an issue with being inconvenienced as opposed to the fact that it can't be done. It's a fact.
It's called a paper trail. And I can't think of not one bride that doesn't have a wedding book that has what in it? The license. I
forget I had to do something and I made a comment on one of them posts about that. I said, and I had to produce all these documents and stuff. Oh, it's to get the smart ID or whatever it's called. And
right.
I said, you know what? ID. I gotta be honest with you. I was really stressed out for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Sorry, I don't have no camera. I'm not in my truck.
No worries. You're fine as long as I can hear you talk. I know you're safe.
Well, it doesn't help when, I hate being lied to. somebody says, "Oh, I put the registration in there for the truck." No, it ain't in there. I hate being lied to. It's the worst thing you can do. Lie to somebody. That's
Well,
just
you
my
ain't got no
opinion.
vehicle registration in there? Don't
Nah,
get pulled
not
over.
Yeah, that's why I ain't driving that truck.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, but she said she put it in there. No, you didn't. There ain't no sticker on there. It says 2026 either. So me, I don't understand why I got to drive this big diesel truck over a pickup when I only have 12 tires on here and I got to drive farther. But you know, when you have favoritism. But enough about me. How's everybody else out in the YouTube world doing?
Sounds to me like you're driving the overkill train there, Eric.
I'm driving they're driving me out of here train. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to find a job closer to home anyway.
I got that way, Eric, about 5 years ago, and I was like, the grass really ain't greener on the other side, and I got 5 years left, and do I want to start another job in 5 years? Not really. And I just kind of toughed it out.
I still got years to go before I can
Yeah,
even snip retirement.
I get that because I did have an end result. I get that. It's kind of funny though, and I tell them too. I still work at the same place. I just work during the day today, now, and do whatever I want. And I'm not a manager anymore. And I tell them it's kind of funny. I could walk in now, and if there's an alarm going off, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, they probably still try to get you to do management material though.
Nope. Because the first day I
Oh,
walked
that's
in,
surprising.
I took my key off my ring and handed it to him, and I said, "Now, I'm just a regular employee. I'm done with MOD. Done." What's the weather like over there, Eric?
I think it's 52 or 50. But temperature's going to drop all day.
It's kind of in the lower 30s here now, and it's gonna get up in the 40s, but the wind is just howling over here.
Yeah, they were saying that it's going to be windy today. That's another reason why I'm unhappy with being in this truck. I'd rather
driving a
be in
big
that
old
piece
kite?
of crap. Yeah. And I'd
Yes.
rather be in that piece of crap Ford without cruise control.
And the
Okay, it's a
temperature's
pickup.
dropped almost 6 degrees since I got up.
Supposed to drop all day.
I know, I seen that's what freaked me out. I didn't
Supposed to
know.
have high winds.
It's going to be down in the 30s by noon, man. Yep, and definitely high winds.
Did you ever get any tornadoes over in Indiana last night, Buggy?
Yeah, they had one
Bloomington-
down over by Bloomington.
Bloomington, I did see Bloomington took a direct hit because I was watching
Yeah.
one of the weather channels, and they were showing the radar going right through the
Oh
town.
man, dude, you got to watch Ryan Hall. I'm telling you, the guy.
Well, there's
Lou and them turned me on to him. And this guy, when I had the tornado come within a half mile of here last year,
Right.
he had warned us about it 3 minutes before the local weather did. This guy,
There's
he
three-
averages, last night there were 46,000 people watching his live.
Yeah, there's 3 of them here on YouTube that I'll watch, and the one I was watching, they had radar showing right into, they could show you the roads in Bloomington where it
This-
was coming in, and he
This
said,
guy here has the radar that the weather people have. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think he used to be a weatherman. I'm not sure, but
he's got weather
No, he
wise
went to-
and weather.
Ryan
He went
told
to-
you all for all you people.
He went to. Hold on, let me talk. He went to meteorology school. He's in Northeast Kentucky, and he is better than most meteorologists that are on the news. And he does more. He does more for people than FEMA.
Yep.
I agree 100% with everything you said, Eric. He's my number one for weather.
Yep, and Big Mike's the one that turned me on to him.
Yep. He's mine.
I just happened to be watching this other one last night when it was going on, and I was like, man, I'm not changing
That's
now because I'm
velocity.
seeing what's going on.
Yeah, he's got weather chasers that work for him. Ryan Hall does.
Yeah, and he's got that second channel too that shows weather all the time.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
talking
really?
about the y'all bot.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all bot. I've seen that
Mhm.
last night. It's pretty cool, actually.
I mean, you get on that channel and see what weather's going on anywhere, and anytime.
Anytime too, because it's on 24/7, 365.
But I hadn't watched the news or nothing. I didn't even know there was supposed to be any weather coming in until Uncle Lou texted me and said, "Hey, are you guys okay over there?" Because he had
No,
seen the one in Bloomington or whatever, and I was like, "Yeah, why?" And then he said, and I jumped on and like, "Oh shit!" It wasn't 5 minutes later. The windows was rattling here from thunder.
I don't know. I went to bed. It
It
was
was
thunder
all-
and lightning when I went to bed. Boom.
It was all pretty much to the south of you, Buggy, but there was a couple of storms
Yeah.
that hit Indy.
Yeah, we got hit by. We had thunderstorms come up through here. Like I said, rattled the windows. And we had some rain. We didn't have anything like, they had down there. Hell, they said what, 1.5 inch hail.
They were showing some tornado paging was on the one that was down in southern Indiana, and there was so much. It looked like snow on the ground.
Yeah.
They were on the highway. They were on the highway having to do 35 because it was ice packed from hail.
Oh wow, yeah.
All the grass, you could see no
Perhaps.
grass, covered with hail. Looked
It's
like it was
amazing.
fresh snow.
It's amazing.
Well,
when
if
you can have
if
that
you had a
technology.
pocket full of money, that'd be the place to go buy a car down in there. Yeah, hail damaged car. Yeah.
I wish I'd get hail damaged on my car because they'd total it.
You just call it the golf dimple car then. That's my golf dimple car.
I was still turning my flashlight on and off while the neighbors were going off some. Yeah, there's a good chance after Mom's gone, I freaking end up going off grid. I'm so sick of this world, man, and the sick people. There's some places you can buy land in Tennessee, like 4 or 5 acres, and it's unimproved land out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? You're not going to have electric or anything out there. It's just,
Yeah, Buggy. But you never really own it. You still have to pay property
oh,
tax.
yeah. Well, the other part is the land my family owns down in Kentucky. Let's see, my grandpa had 11 brothers and sisters, and I forget, I think there's 3 left. And Mom is in control of what would be grandpa's vote. Okay. She was the oldest child. And when she's gone, I'll be the one in control. And I know as soon as Uncle Bill and the other 2 guys, I don't know them, the other 2 brothers. I've seen them at, like family stuff, but I don't know them personally. But as soon as those 3 die, I guarantee that family's going to want to sell that land. And I'm going to be like, nope, because my grandpa, And I got a copy of the will over there. He put in the will, the only way that land can ever be sold is if it's a 100% agreement amongst all the family, the person who has the vote. And when it comes down to me, I'm gonna be like, you're not gonna get a yes vote from me unless you cut me out 5 acres that I can have for my own, and then you can do what you want with the rest of it. I don't want nothing from it. And that'd be my off-grid place, because it's out in the middle of nowhere. And then there's a family graveyard there, and I don't think they can sell that part. I wouldn't assume, you know what I mean? I don't know the law on that.
They'd probably have to pay to exhume the bodies and move them at least, to the very least.
Yeah, and there's nobody in the family going to agree to that. Heck, my great-great-grandmother's buried there. And all the way down through my grandma. Well, we got grandma here. We had to take her ashes up and bury them. But you don't want to have to bury a full body up there, man, dude. You talk about a hard place to dig a grave. There's so many rocks and slate and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I do. I mean, when it comes down to it, that'd be awful cool if they decided to do that. I'm like, no, y'all cut me out a couple acres and I'll be fine. Because there's a creek runs in front of it, and it's kind of shallow and you know, riffly by their house, but you go on down about a quarter mile and it gets a little wider and deeper, and I'm pretty sure there's fish in it.
Well, I mean, the water goes up in the springtime, big fish come down there, and the water goes down, they may be trapped in those holes.
Yep.
I've seen that happen around here.
Yep, and they got one place where the river kind of makes a turn, and then there's these big rocks, and it's a swimming hole right there, and it's more than deep enough to hold, you know, catfish and stuff.
Yeah, speaking of swimming, I heard that Virginia Beach might be closed this year.
Really?
Thanks to the Potomac poo-poo.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because water flows out into the Chesapeake Bay, and then
and it flows. I don't see that happening. There's too much money in tourism. I mean, they may have to have, you know, warning signs. You know, you swim in this ocean water at your own risk due to the E. coli.
I was going to say they probably have to do daily E. coli tests.
Yep. Yeah, they do. Well, have you heard my story about going surfing there in the dunes?
Yeah.
They had a big storm the day before, and the lady from the DNR was testing the water, and it's because they had a big sewer overflow out of Chicago.
Well, one of the lakes around here that I go fishing at is a county preserve, and they had a beach there. Well, in the fall and early spring, there'd be thousands of geese on that lake, and they had to close down the beach because of the duck E. coli in the water.
I'll bet. You know, I got in trouble one time, got a DUI when I was a young man, and part of my thing, I had to pay a fine. I had to do 40 hours of community service. And part of my community service was going to the reservoir and working around where all the docks and everything were, raking up duck shit or goose shit.
Goose shit, yeah. We had a summer cabin out on Spring Lake, and man, I hated cutting the grass in the backyard. God, I hated it.
Yep.
We got bird flu going around here.
Really? That's serious.
Yep, they found a whole bunch of dead geese on around Lake White. That lake I drive by. Yeah.
Really? That's serious stuff right there, because that can spread geographically a lot. Not that I'd mind the geese getting at the reservoir all dying, because there's so many of them.
I mean,
I wouldn't get a pier there they did change the way it works now. They, instead of each individual pier along the bank, they got, you know, like one dock that goes out and has 10 or 12 slips on it. But still, I mean, their people would have to cover their boats and stuff to keep the geese from getting in them and nesting or hanging around in the boats and stuff and pooping and stuff. Always like
pooping all over the place.
Well, that boat dock over there at the county preserve, you got to watch out where you walk out there, because it's covered with geese shit all the time.
Yep.
When I go out there and crappie fish along the docks, you got to kind of tiptoe around a little bit, watch where you step.
I got two that actually they were here yesterday that come in about this time of year, and then in the fall when they're headed south, and they drive little guy nuts because they eventually they're on the other side of the swamp area now, but eventually they'll come over here and start. I don't know what it is they dig down in the grass for, but and I thought they were going to lay or have a nest on this side last year, and I'm like, that's a bad idea because butters will eat your nest. No doubt in my mind. Morning, Misplaced Country Girl.
Morning,
Yeah.
Denise.
Morning, Denise.
Well, we usually have about
Buddy.
3 pairs come in and nest in the parking lot at work. And we got raised flower beds against the wall, and boy, they put a nest in there. And don't go near it.
Dang, Uncle Lou.
Buggy, you don't have to have me on full screen there, bud.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I don't pay attention. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
I think it's rubbing off. I ain't been paying much attention either.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't pay attention either. Let's see. How do I do that? Exit solo. There we go. Okay.
What Uncle Lou say? That's a paragraph. I can't read that crap.
He said that there were hundreds of geese floated down the river on ice chunks and littered the banks of a little town lake across the river. So they rode the ice down till they found a cool place to hang out, and they jumped off the ice and went over and hung out in the cool place. I guess it beats flying.
It's like I've seen people, on the main highway or whatever, main intersection or whatever, stopping to let the geese cross the road. Hell, Dad, I'm running them bastards over.
No,
they can fly.
On a highway, maybe, but not in like a residential street or a park or something. I ain't running no damn geese over.
Yeah, that's me, Denise.
Oh,
I'm
I
running
gotta
them
go
over.
take my
I'm
cable
running them over.
back. Come to think of it.
That's like a skunk. I don't care if he's running down the side of the road. I'm pulling off the side of the road, running his ass over.
Yeah, your truck will smell like skunk.
Yeah, that's why I do it in the work truck. I don't care. I know 197. The truck I drove yesterday, it stank. I ran over 3 of them.
No
I tell
way.
you what, I won't dodge for nothing. Not a deer, nothing, but a skunk. Look out.
Yep.
I'm running his punk ass over. He's a worthless
I'm trying
creature.
not to. I'm trying my best not to.
There's a headline, man, this world is so messed up. I read the one earlier about the 70-year-old guy molesting the 4-year-old girl, and now this guy here, body cam church leader arrested for raping his sister and kids. Yeah, we got they need a special.
Oh, yeah. Did you get that message I sent you about Omar, whatever her name is? Omar, or whatever?
What about
That
it?
lady,
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
they're investigating her for fraud.
Oh yeah,
For
they should.
fraudulent marriage in her biological brother.
Well,
What do they call that?
Somebody produced the documents. She married her brother, saying that he was her husband so he could get documents to come into the States. People have it backwards and say she done it so she could come in, and no, she's been there since she was a kid. And she did that, and they have the documents to prove it. And the worst part is her and her husband have, I don't know, some wine place out in California and something else. But when he applied for something, his net assets was $750. This was like a year or two before she got elected to Congress. He's worth like $4 million now. How's that happen?
Fraud.
Exactly. And I hope that's what they're looking at.
I'd say send them both back to their native country and don't send them, take all that money they had.
That's
What do they
what
do?
Trump said.
Well, see, that's why they got that wine company, so they can launder the money through that wine company.
Yep.
That's where I'm making all my money right there. Look at that. I'm a businessman.
Good
I'm
morning,
a
Dan.
successful
Good
businessman.
morning, Ernie.
Hey, Ernie.
Hope you're feeling better, Ernie.
Ernie, what's up, bro? No, that's not what I want.
Ernie's probably going stir crazy because
God, I'll bet.
stuck in the house. You know what I mean? Ernie's not one of them people like to sit around. He's a big old country boy.
Even if she's just walking around in the yard.
Mm-hmm. He's already talking about his garden. It ain't even, all the snow ain't even melted up yet.
Yep.
Yeah, the last couple of days around here has been really, really nice. And the wife sat out in the she shed all day the other day. And I came home, she started talking about the garden. I said, "Oh, pump the brakes, pump the brakes."
Yeah, we're not
Well,
done with winter yet. If anyone's confused
big as
about that,
Ernie's garden is, it's more like he's got his own little homestead going on there. Just got to watch out for the corn, Ernie. Stuff can be dangerous.
Hmm. Ah, I wish Dad's old nurse would sell that damn car so I'd quit having to reply to these people. I'll give her credit. She won't come down on her price. $360 seed cells / plant growing in my properties too. Let's see if I can figure out how to answer these guys where it ain't such a pain in the butt.
Denise, we're going to start up a new reality show, Plant Hoarders.
Yep.
Well, I'm
Starting
gonna start up a new party. It's called Common Sense Party. So I'm
No,
gonna
you
run for
can't do that.
president.
That would be discriminating against so and so. Let's see here. Is that car still available?
Morning,
Yeah.
Dan. Northern View Outdoors, NVO for life, baby. There's the Benoit ladies. Good morning, ladies.
Good
Good morning, Allison and Gabbard.
Good
They got
morning.
good. Yeah, they got good places to fish for walleye up there where they're at.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that not the lake I carp fish at, but the other one I go to down there at Summit Lake. It's supposed to be a pretty decent walleye lake. If it involves casting and stuff like that over and over, I'm not interested.
There's still ice on our lake, so
Yeah, here too. I'm sure the reservoir still got ice on it.
it's gonna take a minute before it.
Well, hey, you guys get some high wind over there. That ice is going to break up fast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It just depends on how thick it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're supposed to, like I said, we're supposed to get snow on Sunday, so I can't start. I need seeds to work good this year. You'll figure it out, Ernie.
It'll get figured out, Ernie. You got this, buddy. Bam. All right, I got answered like
His
Five
garden's big enough to feed fucking 20 people. Big as he had that garden last year. Someone said it's supposed to be 950. I can't remember what they said the wind speed was supposed to be today, but I know it's supposed to be high winds.
I'm telling you,
High
them high
wind
winds are gonna
gusts.
break. Them high winds are gonna break that ice up quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So that's just 50-mile-an-hour gust, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
As I always say, you know, I ask Uncle Lou, what's his weather like today? And then it'll be my weather in a couple of days, if not the next day. Well, day after the next.
Yep, just depends on how fast it's moving.
Mm-hmm. But me, I'd rather have it in the low to mid 70s and partly cloudy every day. That would be my perfect weather right there. What up, Uncle B?
Hey, Brian B,
Hello,
good
Brian.
morning.
I was just messing with you guys last night just to get you guys conversating.
Marketplace. I'm just going through and making sure I answered all these requests real quick.
I don't know what he said.
And he said anything yet, or he said high winds. Eric better have used extra glue on his wig.
He got a hat on.
He better.
I don't have a wig. If I started losing all the hair on the top of my head, I'd just shave it bald and get me some turtle wax. Call it a day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the comb over thing or nothing crazy like that. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go get hair implants.
Yep, I'm with you. Just accept who you are and what you're.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason your hair fell out.
What's Troy say? Bald is beautiful.
Yep.
But like I tell him, not on your big head. That's a big bowling ball head.
Oh shoot! What have I got to do today? I know there was something.
That sucks that Brian ain't gonna be able to fish this summer unless he wants to smell poop.
There's my brother from another mother. Morning, River Rat.
Oh, Ernest.
What's up, champ? I'm gonna go down and fish with him this year if I'm lucky. If everything works out right, I'm gonna come down there for a couple of days.
Hey, I'm about tired of hearing that. I mean, you sit there and say, I'm gonna go fish with J-Dog. I'm gonna go fish with this person, but you ain't heard that once. It's say you go come over and fish with Eric Curtis. Get that messed up.
I've been over and fished with you guys.
I know that's the only time we've gone. What's up with that?
I'm bad luck, man. That's what I think, probably.
Hey, you just came in a bad time in the year when it was on spawn and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, when they're on spawn, man, ooh, that's rough fishing right there.
Bugman should have that he came over here. He should have made up some carp bait. They were jumping like crazy behind us.
Yep. I sure should have.
Oh, sorry, Dan. Buggy has to be on the boat with you.
What's that? Hey, Northern View, morning.
He said, well, I know who to blame if I was skunk again then.
That's right. You can blame me. Everybody knows I'm a jinx. Okay, this girl that says that she has a card if I want to put money in it. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's write her a really kind message. Shoot. Let's see.
Don't be giving anybody any money you don't know.
Just gonna see if you could put some money on my books here at the jail. And shoot, I was just going to see if you could put some money on my books here at the jail. I
She
never
might, you don't know. Girls like them bad boys.
Yeah, that would be funny. I have to figure out how to, because you can find out who's in jail or not. So if she's not smart enough to do that, that's on her.
Either that or she'll say, sure, I'll put money on your books just to try to reverse getting into your fake account.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure, I'll put money on your books after you send me $50. I'll send you 20 on your account. That's how they roll, right?
Yeah. This show is not for children. If you have kids and you let them listen to us, you're a bad parent. You need to throw it in jail. The only way you're getting any money from me is if it's cash hand to hand, and that's after you get off your knees. Sorry, I had to say it. I couldn't hold it back.
Jeez, Buggy.
I'm sorry. I know that was bad, but I don't care.
Hey, Eric, you know how it is. When the buggy comes out, the gloves come off.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I'm saying this morning. You better watch doing that. I mean, there's a woman over here murdered 4 men. Gave them, overdosed them in fentanyl.
Yeah, that won't work on me. I've been down that road. I'll have to pass. Thank you. The UFC Sean Strickland unleashes on Lib Reporter. I love this guy, man. Who's this from? Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love this guy. He's hilarious. Oops, that's not it. It cracks me up. This lady's in the park, and there's these Muslim women. They're all in black with the thing covering her whole face and everything. And they come over and tell her that she's not allowed to film in the public park. Get the fuck out of here. This is my country.
Yeah. My opinion on that is you're supposed to assimilate to our culture. Take that crap off your face and head.
I seen a good one where the guy said, would you, we're asking that you please not eat in front of us during Ramadan or whatnot. Really? Then maybe you'll stay home, not be out in public because I'm eating. If there's a restaurant there, I'm eating.
Governor Tim Walz is now calling on the government to send millions of dollars to businesses impacted by Operation Metro Surge, even as the state continues dealing with massive welfare.
That guy, is that governor of Minnesota nuts or what? Is it just me?
Yeah, that guy's cheese done slid off this cracker a long time ago.
And dude, they shuffled his cards and dropped half the deck.
Hell.
Yeah, no review. I'm with you, man. That was my first one that I started trying to make people aware of was Dearborn. That 5 or 6 years ago.
Just think, if Harris would have won, he'd have been your vice president. Huh.
Yeah, and that's scary because he is out there.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah,
that's like a AOC woman over there in Europe. Yeah. Didn't even know where Venezuela is above the equator. She didn't like. Did you go to school? Do you not know geology? Some people, the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yep.
Except for I thought
he was just, like when he was doing the presidential debates and stuff, I thought he was just kind of, shell shocked by all the, it'd be really different to be up there doing stuff like that out of your comfort zone or whatever. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he was just, shell shocked or not used to something that big or that kind of scrutiny or whatever. But now, as I've seen him talk since all this stuff's went on, nah, man, he's just nuts. Literally, just crazy as a loon.
Man, this truck is so uncomfortable.
Man.
I'm so happy that she didn't win because we'd be in a lot more dire situation.
Man, dude, this country would be in civil war right now if she won. I honestly believe that. There's just, no. If she'd have won, we'd be in a bad state right now.
Wife came in the garage. She went, I want to look in the freezer and see if we got some ham and beans because we make big batches or whatever and vacuum seal it.
Oh, that sounds good. I
said,
never think about that. Like I make the big pot of chili and stuff. I never thought about freezing some of it.
We got a vacuum sealer and we put it in a bag and vacuum sealed, and it's just like putting fish in ice.
Huh.
It don't freeze or burn. We do that with chicken legs, any kind of lentil soup, ham and beans, chili.
Listen to you guys talk about bagging stuff up and putting it in the freezer. I'm fat. I'm eating all of it. I ain't no such thing as leftovers.
Well, that's usually what we do. Is we eat on it for 2 or 3 days.
Well, see,
Like
Eric, we purposely make a batch.
I'm like Brian. I eat on it for 2 or 3 hours.
Mhm.
We purposely make a batch so big we're not going to eat it all before it goes bad, so then we freeze it up and have it for later.
I don't give it time to go bad. I'm fat. I eat it.
Mm-hmm. The pot I make is huge, though. You know what I mean? There's no way you eat it in one day. There's no way 4 people eat it in one day. In fact, and I was talking to Mom, I've been hungry for something for about a month now, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. You ever get that way?
Yep.
Yeah, it makes you miss the old days, homemade lasagna, homemade noodles that are made homemade.
Yep.
Make the lasagna. Yeah. Mm.
My wife cracks me up. She makes great homemade lasagna, but I cannot get her to put ricotta cheese on it. Man. To me, it's not lasagna without ricotta cheese.
Yep, that van went off the road.
Oh, no camera today, neither. Bummer.
Yeah. He's stuck in the middle of the road. There's a sheriff officer there, so he'd be all right.
Yeah, he'd be all right. He's all right. It's a great day to be alive. The sun's still shining.
Great day because it's Friday.
It is, ain't it? Well,
You know what would make it even greater is if the weather was going to be nice all day in the low mid 70s, and the lake was unfrozen, and me and Curtis was out right now catching bait. That'd be awesome. Well, I'd be out catching bait. Curtis would be watching.
Hey, Buggy,
Yep.
remind him every day is Friday.
Yeah. My dad's friend that owns the place where I go bluegill fishing at or whatever, that him and him and my dad been friends my whole life, and he's younger than my dad was. He considered my dad his father. But anyway, he used to send me something every week on Sunday night. Oh no, tomorrow's Monday. Oh no, these little cartoons, right? And then the last one would say, but wait, I don't care. I'm retired.
Every day is Friday.
Yep, very much. Now that you mention it.
That's what my wife told me yesterday. But it's your Friday. And I went, no, it's only Thursday. Oh, wait a minute. It is my Friday.
Exactly. I like it.
Make sure, Brian, make sure you send a picture of that to Troy. He loves it when you send him pictures of all the food you eat. He told me that personally when he called me. He called me and said, man, I miss Brian not posting pictures of his food he be making. I wish I could eat like that.
You've been jonesing for some good mac and cheese lately, I'm telling you.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so I got to figure out what it is that I want to eat, and I'm just drawing a blank, man.
Pussy.
What is it? Oh, yeah. I heard you. I get it now. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad either, actually.
Chili dogs.
That wouldn't be bad if I could get them from Skyline.
They shut down a lot of our Skylines.
Did they?
Well, no, not Skylines. What's the other one? Sonic?
Yeah.
The name of it. Yeah, they shut down a lot of Sonics.
You know what sucks, though? If you look at their menu, Sonic had a lot of good stuff, man, but...
Every time I ate there, I always get the poops. Feel like Uncle Lou out the cornfield after some gas station chicken.
Now, from what I understand, Skyline's what? Cincinnati-based like area like that?
Yeah.
When we were down in
closest one to us is in the south end.
When we were down in St. Louis, we crossed back over the bridge into Illinois, and one of those little suburbs right there had one of those in there. I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
Mm.
And it's the only one I've ever seen around in this area. And it's not even really close to us. You know, it's down by St. Louis.
You know what? You guys talking about food that I'm craving, and I've been craving the good meatloaf. Yes, Buggy, I put mushrooms in my meatloaf.
It doesn't matter to me because I don't eat meatloaf anyway.
That's the multi-meal, man. That is the multi-meal. Eat it hot and then cold on sandwiches.
Oh, gross. You're going to make me throw up. Stop.
What is wrong with meatloaf?
It's just hamburger. You might as well just have hamburger.
Nah, you put onions and mushrooms and green peppers,
breadcrumbs,
seasoning and breadcrumbs. Yeah, I mean, and then you get you a bullseye barbecue sauce and put on top, make a glaze over the top of it. Yeah.
Nah, you still ain't sold me on it. All right.
Then it makes it even better is when you use deer meat to make it.
Uncle Lou says it's just a big hamburger. Yeah, see, that's why you put the breadcrumbs in, Uncle Lou, make it a loaf. It's a
Thank
hamburger.
you, Uncle Lou. I'm with you. It's just hamburger. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to just cut me a piece of hamburger and put it on a plate.
Makes a heck of a sandwich.
Good
If I want a
stuff.
sandwich, I'll have a hamburger.
Yeah, you probably like carrot cake too, don't you?
No. Why would I want a vegetable in my cake?
Well, you eat that. What's that other crappy cake that everybody likes? It's disgusting. Cheesecake. Blech.
Oh, cheesecake's awesome. I used to be like you until I actually
went to-
ate some good cheesecake.
I went to the
and I was like,
cheesecake
oh, man.
factory and had cheesecake, and I still think it's nasty.
Tell you what, my wife made
Nah.
a lemon cake yesterday. And after I ate a couple of hamburgers and a couple of Slim Jims, I had a piece of that lemon cake and it cleaned the palate right out.
Tell you what, there is nothing like a Dairy Queen Reese ice cream cake. That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not a fan of the ice cream cake. It's like putting vegetables in your cake. Why? Eat ice cream or eat cake. Or get you a piece of cake and just a big scoop of ice cream on the side.
Why not just combine it and make an ice cream cake and eat it that way?
Because it's not the same. It doesn't
Yeah.
taste the same. It doesn't even resemble the same.
Have you ever had a Dairy Queen ice cream cake?
Yeah.
Then you must not have had a good one, because that stuff is delicious.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I eat it. It's all right. But if I had my druthers, I'd rather have a piece of cake with some ice cream on the side. Mm-hmm.
It's like pie. That's like people eat
What,
that.
apple pie
What
with
is
a
it?
slice of ice cream?
No, that minced meat pie. I ain't eating that crap.
You know, I think my mom used to make mincemeat something. Well,
And that's like that other crappy block of whatever you want to call it that you get for Christmas. What is that, fruit cake or
Fruitcake?
whatever it is?
Okay.
Blech. So nasty.
About one slice is all you could take, man. So they had to just make it in single slices.
That stuff's gross. My favorite pie is a Dutch apple pie. Good stuff. It's even better when it's homemade.
yep. I like
With
the caramel
with
apple
ice
pie.
cream on it. Won't beat it.
The caramel swirl stuff put on the top
Probably.
of it.
Probably why I got so fat is when we lived in Kentucky. Grandma Mexler used to make me homemade Dutch apple pies, and I'd eat the whole dang pie. It's the same. I got diabetes too.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's what I got to say about that. It could be Friday, though.
I think I might run up to Reynoldsburg on my way home before I go home.
To what? The rental store?
To Reynoldsburg.
Oh.
Yeah. Go up to Fazoli's.
What time is it? Oh, shoot, it's 8 o'clock. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. 8 o'clock. You know what though, Buggy?
What's that?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere else.
It could be like California or Vegas. Say, because I think California was 4 hours different, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Try that in Australia or something.
Well, if it's 8 here, and how many hours difference California is 4, so then it would be 4 o'clock in California. Getting a little warm in here. I have to turn the heat down, but it kicked on because it was getting cold out.
Not a fan.
Yep. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I got my email up. Okay, I was about to say, shoot, I wonder if I got any orders come in. Because sometimes they come in at midnight. I've yet to figure that stuff out. Like, because you bid, they want you to bid on them. Didn't used to be that way. It used to be you just got put on the rotation, and when your name come up, they send it to you, and you could either accept it or decline it. But now, for some reason, it's a bidding thing.
Well, you know how it is. Go to the lowest payer.
Yeah. In fact, I said something to one of the lenders it was yesterday. They had a duplex, and the form's called a 2 to 4 family small income property. And then you have another form is 216, and it's a it's more like the cost for the money you have to set back for things like stoves, refrigerators, heaters, water heaters, and stuff like that. And and it's the cost plus how many years and all. It figures all this stuff up, and it's called the operating income expense. And if you own properties like that, you should have an operating income expense where each month the rent that comes, you should put X amount back each month to build it up for the first year. And then
Kind of like an escrow type thing.
So the next time you hear that the power company wants to raise the rates and they're sitting there talking to the council or whatever, well, we need it to upgrade our lines and stuff like that, ask them, say, why don't you have an operating income expense? You know you're going to have to do this in the future. Shouldn't you set money from your profits back to be ready for that instead of trying to pass that cost on to the consumer? In most small businesses have that, have an operating income of some kind set back. Why don't the big ones have to do it instead of just raising the rates?
They kind of did the same thing here, Buggy, because I live in a small town outside of Champaign.
Yep.
And we were all on septic systems, and they went to the city sewer from Champaign.
Yeah. And forced you?
So they are charging of laying the pipe from here to there for 30 years. Now, why can't they pay for that?
Yeah. And
not only that, but every house out here that was already existing had to pay a $1,250 hookup fee to that sewer system.
Yeah. Now, a friend of mine lived in the county or a little town that the county or the nearest city is Yorktown, Indiana. It's a little town. Well, they ended up bringing public water in, right? And everyone had to hook to the public water. Well, his house was so old, the plumber that come and looked at everything that do the crossover and everything told him, said, you've got to replumb his whole house. These old pipes will not take the pressure that public water system has on it 24 hours a day. It won't take it. It'll end up busting the pipes and stuff. So he had to replumb his whole house.
Well, as soon as they announced they were bringing septic out here or toilet out here, they had put a moratorium on the septic tanks out here. You could not fix them.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, you can't replace it.
You can't replace it. The only thing you could do while that moratorium was on was come out and have them pump it. And some people were having to have it pumped 2 times a month, and that's not cheap.
Nope. Government
But they didn't care.
And that's one of them examples. Oh, I get so mad about this stuff, man. That there was a household lady living in town in Muncie, and where she lived at one time wasn't in the town of Muncie, but it built up around her. She had a hand pump well on her property, and the city tried to make her plug the well up. And she fought them on it and said, no, that well's been there since my grandfather built this house. I'm not doing that. Said, I use it to water my garden and my plants with. That way I don't have as high of a water bill from the city. And all you can think is that's exactly why they want you to plug that well.
I got a wellhead at my yard. That's what I use it for.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Because we were all on well water at one time out here before the city came out. I mean, I got city water now, and I had it before we even moved in here.
Yeah.
Well, we were on septic in the backyard, which, boy, my backyard was green all the time. Woo.
Yeah. Well, I got the place over here on the front west corner of my yard, big area over there. They didn't backfill it right, so there's like little dips where the septic lines or the finger system runs.
The leach field?
Yeah. And dude, that grass is so green, and it grows twice as fast as anything else.
Because it gets watered all the time naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the other part is if this was my place or I was buying it, I'd get me a couple dump truck loads of dirt brought in and a little bobcat, and I'd go over and fill them in and level it all out where you can't tell there's a finger system there. You know what? They put it in probably, and then, put all the dirt in and packed it down and didn't wait for it to settle before they went in and finished it off.
Regret. Yep.
Yeah. So
I got a little dip in my front yard from the water line. It's like that. I know right where the water line is because of that dip.
So I can only mow that area going one direction instead of going across ways. I got to mow it up and down.
Yep, that's what I got to do with my dip because I do my yard crossways, and then when I get done, I got to run down that dip one way and then back the other way.
Yep.
Crossways, exactly. You don't get it.
I got 4 of them, and the same thing happens with me. So I mow back and forth, and when it comes to where the dip is, I just go down the middle between them, come back up the middle between them, and go back down the other side and start. Then I'm like you, then I go back and run up and down them when I'm done. But yeah, it grows so fast. And then it was rainy one time last year for a couple of days, so I couldn't mow, and it grew up so fast out there, and I had to mow it on the highest setting first and then go back over it on the next setting down. But I seen one, I don't know what state or town it was in, but there was a video about, and the guy was going to court against the city. He had built him a water retention thing out of 50-gallon plastic drums. You know what I mean? Rain come, water flows off the roof, goes into the drums and it fills them up from the bottom up. And that was what he was using his water or his reserve water. And the city come in and told him no.
Morning, Lisa.
The city said, you can't take that rainwater. It doesn't belong to you. And made him disassemble his water retention system.
Morning, Lisa.
Rainwater didn't belong to him, even though it fell on his property.
Well, When they
Yeah,
brought the septic in here, the stipulation was you had to collapse your tank and fill it with sand. And I was at the meeting and I asked them, when are you going to inspect these tanks? And they said they had no schedule for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of these people around here is taking and run lines off their downspouts into there to hold that water
Yeah.
for their gardens.
Well, I get pissed off on that. That's a prime example there. They put it in, you have no say so that they put the sewer system in, and then they force you to attach to it. You have no choice. Screw that. It just, I get so angry at the world these days, man. Like I said, there's a good chance I go off grid. I'm so sick of this world.
Yeah. And then they have accidents like it's happening out in the Potomac.
Yep.
You mean the Potomac?
Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac. Them are going to be some shitty fish.
The Potomac. They should send all them commercial fishermen out there to let them catch the shitty fish to take to the lakes. Right.
It's a real shame because I got a lake right behind me that has big channel cats in it, but it has a methane leak in the bottom of it. So the fish taste like methane. You could pull a reed out there and snap it and smell the methane.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yep. The only thing you can do out there is catch and release because they're not worth it. You can't even buttermilk rinse them. It don't work.
I'm gonna say you can't use that for anything. That sucks. But I did see a guy for his boat. He made a really cool filtration system where he could pump water out of whatever body of water he was on. And it ran through this filter system and actually made, the water real clean, drinkable clean. And it was just like, it was about like the size of a village pump you'd have in a boat. You know what I mean? Only it was made to pump water for an extended period of time.
You got a water fountain on your boat? Here, need a drink of water? Here you go.
Exactly.
Well, they do have some of them filtration systems. They show you muddy water and it comes out cleanable, drinkable. They got some good stuff.
Yeah. I got 2 or 3 of those magic straws when they first come out. I got one in my camping gear stuff, and I used to have one in like a little bug out bag in my car. Let's see, Australia. Underage forced marriage nearly doubled in the past fiscal year in New South Wales. Huh. Sounds like you may have an Islam problem there, people. Underage forced marriage. A 6th century cult. That's all it is. There's a 2-hour course for continuing ed on expert witness or giving expert witness testimony in an appraisal case. That's the only reason I haven't done divorce appraisals and, try to market yourself to lawyers and stuff like that, because you got to,
That's a mess. That's too much of a mess. Yeah, that's a fight you don't want to get in, huh, Buggy?
Yeah. Hold on, this idiot. She didn't answer. I have 1100. She ain't taking your 1100. And what the fuck you tell me she didn't answer for? I gave the number and told you to call her. I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. People are so freaking stupid these days, man. God, I can't take it.
Bet y'all don't know. Buggy's just having some fun right now.
Yeah, well, the dude sent the message about the car, and I give him the number and said, call her. And he said, okay, thank you. Then he sends me a message back. She didn't answer. I have 1,100. For one, she ain't going to take it. She's like, she said, the car's paid for, it. Don't eat it, can sit there.
Oh, this is the car you're selling for that lady?
Yeah, I just have the ad. She's selling it. Yeah, I should just block your stupid ass because I don't really need to put up with people today. Oh God, I am so sorry for my bad words today. I am. I apologize. I'm just having a bad week, man. But they actually told that guy that water that fell from the sky landed on his roof, ran through his gutters into these 50-gallon drums, did not belong to him. It was the community's water. I'm like, where on earth do you get that at, pal? That's what I'd have told him in the council meeting. I'd have been like, where on earth do you get that at? Who says that? You know, it's not your water. It falls in your yard. If it floods, the community ain't going to come and help me redo my yard, I don't think.
Nope. Because I got a ditch out in my front yard that needed to be regraded. They took dirt out of it, and I said, you're coming back to grade it properly, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get a mower down in there now at all.
Yep.
The sides are straight up and down.
Yep.
So I let the weeds grow real tall in that ditch and clog that ditch up.
Exactly.
You want to deal with it? You come down here and deal with it. I ain't. You caused it. I ain't messing with it. Now, all the grass around the ditch looks real nice, but the ditch looks like crap. And the mayor has to drive by it every day.
Nice.
Yep. President give you a fine for it.
Oh, I wish
Oh,
he
wait
would
a
come
minute.
down and say something, because I have been to his house personally many times to discuss that ditch. And the final answer I got was, well, you got a weed eater, don't you? Yes, I do. But I tell you what, before you messed up my ditch, I could ride my mower down in there.
Yep.
Now I can't. Now you fix it.
See,
You want to find you? We'll have a problem.
If you look at your survey, it's probably easement anyway. So you tell me it ain't mine, dude. It's easement. It belongs to y'all.
It is easement, exactly, Buggy, because I have 2 easement markers in my front yard, one for the city and one for the state, and it is on the easement side.
It don't belong to me. Sorry. Take care of it yourself. It ain't bothering me none.
Like I said, I cut the grass around it nice, in the yard past the easement. It looks nice, but the ditch, that's your problem.
Yep. It'll just make a nice privacy fence for me, so I don't have to see you guys.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't have a Brian B around you. You're old, Tim. He definitely harass you.
Yeah,
so you got to cut that.
On that little scooter thing.
Segway.
Oh, Segway. That I can never remember what those are called.
You can come on down. I'll point out to them it's on the easement. You guys are responsible for it.
Exactly.
Because we have easements all the way down the road, and on the flat parts, they sure bring a mower down and mow those flat parts.
Yep.
Do they do my ditch? Nope. Sorry. It's going to clog up sooner or later with all the weeds fall down in there every winter.
Yep. I know, man. Like I said, the one about the guy's water that rubbed me the wrong way, bad for some reason. It's like, you ain't gonna come tell me I can't have a thing and catch my water. You're right, Uncle Lou. If he's got 1,100, he got 1,500. They got their tax check. That's why the darn messages have picked up on that ad. Everybody's getting the tax check.
Yep.
I love when someone will send something like, "Will you take 800?" And I won't even give him her number. I'll just tell them, "Don't insult me." Yep, that lake there still got ice on it. I might drive out to Reservoir today just to see what it looks like. Because I know
I passed my bath lake the other day, and it's completely clear.
Well, I know the reservoir had to have 6 inches of ice on it, but it's pretty big. Like you said, it catches a lot of wind. I asked Sonny if the ice is off the pond yet. That'll be
Now,
good.
if there's any open water on that lake anywhere and the wind catches it, it's going to break that ice up quick. It's going to get that water churning under it, and that's all it's going to take.
Just texting Bluegill Lake guy and asking him, is the ice off yet? Easy there now. Don't have no heart attack.
Nah, not me.
Bass fishing. Bass fishing. Nobody want to go bass fishing. I ain't gonna follow you. You're a bass fisherman. Man, I seen this guy had a pretty good sized John boat. Hey, what's up, champ? All right, man. Good news. Good news. And they had this John boat with a jet lower end on the outboard motor. And this place where they were going down this river, I know where it's at, and I've been by it, and it gets shallow as all get out. And this boat just flew through that thing. And there were a couple of times you could hear it, actually go across rocks and stuff. But I'm like, I didn't know you could do that.
Glad to hear that, Ernest. You're in good health. Time to get off the skunk board, brother.
I thought I seen a video yesterday or so of him out there killing it again.
He hasn't sent me no pictures of fish yet. He sends me a picture of fish. He gets off the board.
Hi, kitty cat. Yeah, I had to close the blind, honey. And the sun moves a little bit, I'll be able to open it again.
He says, I've been fishing. Well, where's your pics at, bro? You send pics, I'd make the video.
Yep, I seen them yesterday. I'm thinking, wow.
He says, I like being on the board. It's an honor to have you there, River Rat, the bank angler of the year. That's twice I've got him on there now.
Did he win already? Did they announce the winners already?
Well, he was bank angler of the year last year. He's still the reigning.
That's why I call him champ.
He's still the reigning bank angler of the year.
Get down from him and get my squirt gun. I told you, don't get on my desk. Go. There you go. Run. Poof. Got you in the booty. Goofy ass cat.
See, Buggy, if you go down there and fish with him, you're not very far from John Parker. You go fish with him too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I want to. I'd like
But
to
you
go
better
meet.
go fish with River Rat first, because if you fish with John Parker first and he touches your poles,
Yeah, well, for one, he ain't touching my pole. I'm gonna get back. Don't touch that. I'm
he
telling
caught.
you.
Hey, he caught me up at Power Tune. I had my back turned. He went up there and touched my fishing pole.
Oh man, yeah, that's bad.
He jujued me for a little while.
Heck yeah. Well, that's probably me with Curtis and Eric's boat. I probably jujued it up some.
Nah.
But at least I got to fish with him and Warren Farley. So, that was cool. That was an honor, really.
Yeah, he said there's a thin layer film of ice on it, but it's windy, so it's blowing it all over to the dam end of it.
What is that little lake you fish on? Got a spillway to it?
It's just got a dam and a pipe that overflows through about a, I don't know, 12-inch diameter pipe, and then it goes off it and it drops down behind the dam there, probably 40 feet or so, and it comes out in there and flows through the low into a creek.
That's kind of like the spillway down at the club. It's just a concrete culvert type thing down at the end, manhole size, probably, I'd say. Pipe runs straight down and into the Kaskaskia River.
He told me next time I come, I got to take some fish home. Well, he got with the DNR people or whatever when he bought it, because this pond has always had a healthy population of bluegill, bass, and crappie. That's all it's in there. Ain't nothing else in this pond. And it's fed by, I think, the springs are so strong. Everywhere else on the lake had about 6 inches of ice, and there were 3 spots that was open water about, I don't know, a foot in diameter, where the spring flows up out of the water, out of the ground underneath the water. And that's why it always holds its water level, even when it, it's like gets almost like a drought or whatever. It always still maintains a pretty good level.
Yeah, that water coming out of that spring's warmer than anything else.
Yeah, until summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he said when we were getting ready to go out there and go ice fishing. For one, there was snow on the ice, and he pointed it out to me, and you could see even with the snow, it had still, and it's not like it's bubbling up or anything. It's just the the ice is open right there. If you were to, like dive underwater and go down, you could probably use your hand and feel around and see how big the spring is itself. Okay, that looks about right there. I like being on the board. I don't blame you, man. I want you to underestimate me. Yep. Let's see, guys. It's 8:30. I appreciate all you people that hang out in the chat all morning. I really do. I'll keep doing this as long as you guys stay in here on the days I come up. All right. And when it gets down to where there's only 3 or 4 people in here during the whole time, then we'll just consider the Bugman show has jumped the shark and it needs to end. So right now it's cool. The core people that are in here every day, which is what I like.
But Bubby, I keep telling you, it's not about the numbers, it's about your core people.
Exactly. I agree.
Don't sweat the numbers, bro.
I'm gonna end the live stream, guys. Okay, y'all can stay up here if you want. Holler at me.